I'm so happy you couldn't fix the fucking audio. That makes me so happy. I
I
love my ears getting
I
blasted. I'm
was
so pleased.
I was literally like I was like, oh, and it was right at because I posted. First of all, this whole thing was like, it's just I'm so bad with time organization, like time management. I knew that
Oh, same.
I had texted you early on today that like I wanted to have you on here, and then uh, um, like we scheduled a time, and I was like, okay, how about 5 p.m.? You're like, okay, that's cool. And I looked at the clock, and I was like, dude, it is already 3 o'clock. Like I have so much to do to
Dude, you're
prepare.
fine.
It was like
You're
my
sick.
fault, I guess,
You're
but
good. And you
I'm
have a life. That's fine.
dude. I mean, Beetlejuice is my life basically. Like I don't think I've left this room for like a week straight now. Basically, like
Oh no.
I just
Welcome to the
been
life.
a
That fucking
dude.
sucks.
It's just like I mean, I actually have been watching recently. Well, we're gonna. Well, here, let me also. Let me post that I'm live right now on
Oh yeah, do the thing, do the
Twitter.
thing.
Okay, let me say I'm live. Um,
Congratulations. You don't have a life anymore.
dude. Let's see. How should I do this? Should I quote tweet what I just did?
You could just quote tweet. Like, I don't think there's any wrong way to do it.
Yeah, there's probably
You already
no
made a
wrong way to
little
do it.
post thingy, so I think you're good.
Okay. Yeah, this probably would have been better like earlier on in the day or to post this thing, but that's okay. Twitch.tv/.
Oh my God, I love the little baby with the little. Oh God, you're so good at drawing bugs.
Oh,
Like,
what at my bugs, you mean?
yes, you are so good at drawing bugs. I love bugs.
Oh, dude,
You're
thank you so
so
much.
good.
I love drawing bugs and stuff. Oh, we got a first time chatter. Yo, what's going on? Uh,
Yo.
yo. And I should probably also alert my.
Wait, 1 second. I forgot. I also have to do social media stuff.
Okay, that's
Like,
okay. That's okay. Let him know because we'll wait for some people to trickle in
I'm not a
before.
professional.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm not a professional either. I'm always just like, eh. Okay, here at everyone. I'm live with Bottling Sunshine.
That's me.
Let's go. Uh,
Wow, wow.
okay. Hang on. Sorry, plugging the socials here. Okay, what's going on? Oh, hi Rosina in the chat too. Oh, we have a really good artist in the chat right now too. What's going on?
Oh shit. Who? Is this high res?
Ina Buns. Yeah, hi Rosina. Ina, what's your social on I
I'm
know
a
it's
creep now,
Ina Buns
honestly.
on Instagram. Is that the same thing on on Twitter as well? I think so. They're an incredible artist. Uh and somebody who was like really early on when I felt like I was like posting my comics like a big Ina Buns all over. Like a big artist when I had just started out that was like kind of giving me kudos or like reposting my work and stuff like that I was like, "Oh my god, this is like legit." Did you feel that way too, Bottling Sunshine? Like, or did you have somebody that was kind of early on that you felt was like plugging your work or kind of like helping you grow? Because you have a bigger audience than I do, or like combined.
Yes, actually, I do. Okay, sorry, I was creeping on Nina Buns for a second. Your stuff is so
That's
good.
amazing.
I
Yeah, no, they're
love
really
it. It's
good.
amazing. Gigi, get the fuck off the blinds. But yes, actually, I met like a lot of good friends when I first started doing conventions.
Mm-hmm.
And people like Von Art, you can find him. He's really big on Instagram,
Oh,
VONNART.
I think I
Has
know
always been
them.
super sweet and
Yeah.
supportive of me. Oh my God, his stuff is so good. He's so bougie. He's too much.
Really?
But him and yes, and Gawky, they were really sweet. Art of Price and Tragic Girl Katie, whom I absolutely love. I would die for her. Has always been super supportive of my work. But I've like been really thankful that I've been like able to like have like a network of friends that
Mm.
are like nothing but supportive, and we always like I don't know push each other. But yeah, I started off like really small, but I met them before like the pandemic times, and that's when I really started drawing like way more, and then they started sharing my stuff, and I don't know, like it's amazing. I just love the communities and the support network you can build as artists.
Oh
Like
yeah.
it's so accessible and it's so cool.
Mm-hmm. It was. You would say that it was right around the like pandemic time that you really started like leaning into the art.
Oh my God. Okay, I will. This isn't like a long story. Sorry, I had to get my cat off the blinds.
That's
But
classic.
but something I wanted to do, long story, I'm an art school dropout.
Mm-hmm.
It was for people, not for me. 2 years, wasted my money. Um,
Classic.
and well, I stopped drawing for like 4 or 5 years. Then I got back into it and I was like, what do I want to do
Mm-hmm.
with my time? Because I still want to draw. And I had like some really supportive friends. So I started doing cons and stuff like that, conventions, like anime conventions and Comic Cons. And it got to a point for about like a year where I was doing pretty well and I was drawing more. I'm like, this is fantastic. I can start a life. Oh, wait, I should probably draw something. Hey,
I
everyone,
was
this
just
is
doing that
Roscoe, my
too.
dog. No. But I started doing conventions and stuff, and I'd say this is right before the pandemic hit, because what, it like went into full force, like what, March?
Yeah,
Is that when
thereabout.
it happened?
Something like that. March, maybe even like late
Um,
Feb, something like that.
well, something like that. But I was like working at Sherwin-Williams full time and doing cons like on weekends when I could. And a little Bo, he's a good baby. And so I got distracted by my dog. But yeah, I quit my job because cons were going so great
That's
and they were
awesome.
so good. Yeah. And then a month later, COVID happened. And guess what shut down everything? All
Wow.
the conventions were shut down.
Damn,
And
dude.
it was like literally the worst. I saw like I quit my job. I basically said fuck you to them.
Mm.
Because I absolutely hated it. Sherwin Williams is a paint store for anyone that doesn't know.
Oh, is that? Oh, I
Just-
think I missed that part, dude. That's awesome though. I always you know what I have to say about Sherwin Williams. Sorry, not to interrupt,
Yes.
but
No, go for it. What do
I
you want to say?
absolutely love their like cover the earth in splooge like
Yo,
logo. You know what I'm talking about?
it's like the most fascist thing I've ever seen, and it's fucking
It's
awesome.
actually
Or like,
hard as hell though. It's true.
I
It is
know, right?
fascist. Yeah, it definitely has that
Cover
vibe.
the world.
Like cover the
But
world. Yeah. I always felt like that was a
but
sick logo. But anyway, fuck
oh, it's
them.
no, it's super fucking cool. Like, and yeah, fuck them. I hate them. Fuck them people. But yeah, I just said peace out. I'm living my life. I don't want to know anything about industrial coatings anymore.
There you
Who
go.
wants to know anything about that? That sucks.
Yeah.
And yeah, everything shut down, and I felt like my life was essentially ending because I quit my job. I didn't really have a large following or anything like that. Um, on any of the social medias. Like I had like a little baby following, looking. But I don't know, like I said, like I like made a lot of friends on the con scene before, and we were like boosting each other up and encouraging all of us to draw and stuff like that and just like make whatever makes us happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I just did that. And slowly over time, I got like a bunch of people that like liked my stuff. God, this program's so weird. It's over the world. I just thought
You
of
saw
that.
that? I was like, I know. I just had to zoom out because I wasn't. I
No, you
actually.
got it. Is that
I
from memory?
Yeah, it was just from memory. I just like.
Oh my God, no, you got it. That was like spot
I
on.
was.
God, you're speeding
I
so
had to
fast.
zoom out because I didn't even realize you were drawing over there. I was like zoomed in on my
That's what
paper.
I'm like zooming in right now. I'm trying to
I
like
don't know why it
navigate
just
this
dropped me in that
program.
way.
It's so smooth.
So, but
But
you have a really big following on Instagram. I mean, you have a huge following on Twitter as well. But I think
oh
like,
my God, I didn't touch Twitter until like earlier this year.
dude, you're
Like
better off anyway.
I I don't know what it was like before Elon. I only know Elon.
Oh, jeez,
Only
man. I mean,
him.
I can't even. I actually think it's silly anybody who's trying to be like, this used to be like a holy place. It's like no, Twitter has always been like a horrendous place, but I will say there was a better sense. I mean, I built my following on Twitter first, and then Instagram didn't come until later. But there was oh, I got the ahaha, but it was really quiet that time. Did you hear it? And
I didn't even
uh,
like, was it like, why? Why would you do this to me? I
wait,
need it loud.
I'm
I
turning it
can't
up a
hear.
little bit. There it
Give
is.
me more.
Ha. Anyway, okay, I just turned it up a bit, but it's like too loud on my VODs. Like I don't know what the hell's going on. But anyway, Jorge, thank you. He asked if you're both here, then who's driving my social feed? Yeah, I know it's really just us, but yeah, when did you feel like that happened for you on
Oh my God.
like
No,
your
sorry.
following?
Sorry.
Sorry.
I was gonna say it sounds terrible to say it. Like it does. It was a terrible thing. I have to thank COVID for it, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, sounds terrible, but like I said, like I just started drawing that stuff that like I wanted to draw. Where's the lasso tool? I want to move this down. I'm drawing
I
a little
love what
mushroom
you're
baby
working
right
on right
now.
now.
Yeah, it's a mushroom. I know you were talking about before, I think. I don't know what stream it was.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the deselect tool? But there's just like go-to things that you draw. And
Yes,
mine's just like little mushroom people. That's my
I
go-to,
love
especially if
that
I'm
though.
rambling,
Yeah.
because my brain is slow and it's hard for me to like. That's why my streams take forever for me to draw anything. Because once I start get like to talk, like the worst. Where's the de Where's the deselect
The
tool? How
deselect.
do I?
Wait. Is it under? It's under edit. Do you see edit up here?
Yeah.
And then,
Oh,
or
there it
you
is.
can. It
Okay,
looks
cool.
like you can
Got
click
it.
Control D also.
All
Uh,
right. Cool. Cool.
but
Cool.
dude, yeah, I mean, like even as I'm watching you draw right now, I'm like, I cannot bring artists on like you that are like better than me at drawing because it just makes me look terrible.
You
But
shut
no,
up,
no,
dude. You're
you.
so,
But
like I wish. No, stop. I'll blow smoke up your ass like right fucking
no, no,
now.
no, 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 no.
I absolutely love how you draw. You just have like this organic like whimsy. Like how do you say I don't even know. It
No.
sounds gay when I say it.
No, no.
But
I'm gonna go ahead and say
no.
that's not true. I feel like I always feel like, and I have to just lean into it at a certain point, and I'm sure there are other artists that probably feel this way too. But it's like you just, as much as I draw, I cannot escape like I just have this like goofy style that I just cannot get out. I can't escape it. You know, and so it's like, and even I think it like I do some paintings, which also I wanted to ask you about because I know that you were just mentioning on your stream last night that you are about to start getting back into some what do you call it, like analog paintings as opposed to like digital works, which
Yeah,
is really
that
cool.
old shit.
And but anyway, which I want to talk about. But I feel like I just have this like cutesy, ugly, like goofy thing. There's like not another word for it that no matter what I draw, it's in. And at a certain point, it's a little like frustrating because I just can't shake it. So I have to like. I think that's a little bit of the reason why the comics became sort of my like method, like the way I made it out the hood, is because I stopped trying to resist the goofy thing, and I just was like, fuck it, like I'm just gonna be drawing like silly things. Like it's all I can do. The more that I run from it, it's literally like a horse on a rope. Like the harder that I'm like trying to like reel him back in, I'm just gonna get fucking yanked. So I'm like, well, at this point, let me just draw silly, goofy, stupid shit, and then it worked out. So I don't know if there's actually like a moral in all of that, but
Yeah,
it
what's the
hasn't
moral of
changed. It hasn't changed. I still feel that way. Like I still feel like even now, and I'm sure you feel this way too. Now you've been, well, even more so for you because you're a full-time artist. Am I correct in saying that?
Oh yeah, full time. This
Full
is my
time.
everyday. I hope I die this way.
At likewise, not that I hope you die this way, but Sam, I absolutely am going to be doing this forever. There's no way I can back out at this point. There's no way I can go back to like a job, and it's just I just love doing this too much. I'm sure you feel the same way. And
Oh yeah,
uh,
I'm not fit for the workplace. I can't. I'll break.
but
Like
do you feel like what's like a big thing that you feel like is there something you notice in your art, or maybe just a first thing that comes to mind that has changed since you started? Because you've probably, I mean, low estimate, you've had to have sunk 3,000 hours right into drawing since you became a full time artist. Like, Do you feel like anything has changed for you that you can like?
Anything that's changed. I will say, like, I'm less hard on myself about my work. Like, I'll
That's
say
good.
that, or I feel like less work. Because, like, I guess, like, I used to be really down on myself because, like I said before, I stopped drawing for like, we'll just move on to something else. I don't draw this right now. But I stopped drawing for like 4 or 5 years, and I used to feel like so fucking bad about it.
Why is that? What do you think?
Like
What do you think triggered that?
because I'm like, what? I'm like, I should be so much farther right now. I should be doing this. I should
Mm-hmm.
be doing that. Like that much mentality. But like, I had to learn that like I'm exactly where I should be on my art journey,
Yeah.
and there's no place I should be. So I used to carry like that guilt, or like I think like last night in my stream someone said like how do I feel around like other artists and stuff like that. I felt like less than
Mm.
around them, and I had to learn like, hey, like why would you feel this way? That's not true. Like I feel like that's devaluing like all the work I do if I'm feeling that way,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want to be doing that. Like, you're always amazing. You don't want to like feel like shit. God, look at that little guy. Is that a raptor?
Oh yeah, the
What's
little
he doing?
raptor. I know. I was draw. This is
Oh,
you like that. I got two little like dinosaurs over here.
yes, I love
This
him.
is that's definitely like how you draw like mushroom people. I would say one of the go-to things that I draw. I mean, I have a little bit of like a like different
He's so
things.
funny.
Like I draw skulls a lot. It's a lot of the time when I'm like kind of like mindlessly drawing. I end up drawing like little like scary skeletons and stuff like that. But dinosaurs are definitely another one that it's like spent so much time drawing dinosaurs as like an adolescent, as like a kid, that it's like I still do that shit all the time. Um, when did you? What I wanted to ask you this: when did you adopt? Because one of the first things that attracted me to your art, I think the first time that I saw it, I think the first time that I saw it, you had first. Well, this is a separate conversation, but you had like a major, like banger tweet. Like you posted something which was a phenomenal
Oh,
painting.
fuck
Do you know what I'm
me.
talking
Oh my
about,
God. I'll never make anything better. I make
dude?
this joke with my friends all the time. Like, this is it for me.
No, no,
Like, I'll
no.
never make anything better. Like, anytime. They're just like, I go to Quench, like, oh, I saw that on Reddit. And I'm like, I'll never get past Reddit. It'll never be. It made it there. It made it to Facebook, made
Dude,
it everywhere.
I mean, it
And I'm
was
like,
yeah. I mean, I'm not embarrassed to admit it's the first time that I saw your work, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, that's phenomenal. It's probably the first time a lot of people saw your work, and because you have such a distinct style, I think anybody who saw that and liked it and decided to follow you for it is probably really grateful they did because you continue to deliver, and I think you still are making phenomenal pieces. Like I wouldn't even necessarily say that's my favorite of your works, but like I mean it's an incredible piece, and I love the Medusa hair. Like such a great concept and such
this is
phenomenal
fun.
execution. Um,
I'm glad everyone liked it. I was high watching Tremors when I posted that. Like, I
oh,
was like
so
blitzed
based.
out of my fucking mind
That's
at my
awesome.
friend's house.
What
I'm just like, I'm done. I'm finished. And
did
then,
did you feel like were you shocked at how well it did? I mean, it must have been like that must have been crazy to watch it just like
oh, yeah, I was shocked. I will say this. What was even more shocking was the messages I was getting from people. Because I like to say a lot of my stuff is heartfelt.
uh-huh.
God, I'm navigate this fucking thingy. A lot of my stuff is heartfelt. Well, I will say this. A lot of my work focuses on, I guess, the power found within vulnerability when
Mm.
I'm not trying to draw this angel doing a fat rip right now.
Dude, yeah, I love that.
That is when this is happening. But because I was saying this last time I streamed too, the reason why I go by Bottling Sunshine
Mm.
is because when I was a child, I was not in the best living situation, so I had to bottle a lot of my feelings. But I
Mm.
feel like it was very obvious that I was bottling my feelings, and that was my sunshine. And so I was bottling my sunshine.
Yes, girl. I
And
love that. That's awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome. That was actually one of my
And
questions on my list. I was going to ask you where you
oh
came up with
yeah,
that. But
that
that's
was
all that's I love that
yeah.
answer. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's why I'm going by bottling sunshine. But
Um
um
also kind of fresh that that name wasn't taken. You know what I mean? Like
oh
the
my God.
where you
Yes, I was so happy.
that's really lit. I mean, that was part of. I know I've already said this on stream like 100 times, but that was partly like why I had to come up with my name like Beetle Moses, which unfortunately has no real like. There's no cool like emotional attachment to the name. I just like came up with something that sounded like a name to me, and when I typed it into Twitter, it wasn't taken. I didn't have to put any numbers or anything, and I was like, all right, bet, like I'm in there. Oh, Metal Waluigi, thank you for the sub. But I love the name Bottling Sunshine. I think that's like a great. It's very punchy, easy to remember.
Is it?
Yeah,
It feels
it's really
like
good.
such a mouthful because I have friends that are like Art of Price, but like very short and snappy, and I feel like Bottling Sunshine is just like such a fat ass mouthful.
No,
Like
not at
not
all.
fun to say. But
No.
get on point. Yeah, a lot of my stuff I like to delve into like touchy feely stuff. So I made that one because when I was younger, me personally, I'm mixed,
Mm-hmm.
and at a certain point, my mom just didn't know how to do my hair or whatever, and so I ended up just like relaxing it. I was like the most emo kid ever in high school. Like I straightened
Really.
my hair, I bleached the back of it. I'm like really cringe. I'm like glad there's like no photo evidence of this like at all. Like no, you have no idea how happy like I am. Like, yo, what's going on over here? What's this?
Was
What's
what?
this little guy? What are you drawing? What's that little guy?
I was gonna draw a little. We're gonna need a new
No,
canvas
make
in a
it
minute,
fit.
probably. Make it fit.
You're so much better. Like I can't draw and talk at the same time. Why did I agree to this?
No. What do you mean?
Why?
You're doing great.
No,
I actually feel like
no.
you're actually like giving like really good insight. Dude, this is great. No, and also it's because I'm just drawing things that are just like mindless. Like these are all of the things. If you guys want to know what it was like me in high school and what like basically my like paper looked like in high school, it was essentially this, just like dinosaurs, goblins, bugs, skeletons, random crap that I was just like all over my paper. Oh, what? No, don't do it! Don't do it!
What's happening?
Oh, Hernandez 93Z, thank you for the sub. I see a little Amogus going on over in the top corner there.
No, no, it's not an Among Us. No,
It's not? You're kidding me.
Among Us. I did this before. I did this before. It
Look,
was
you just
cool.
need a little.
No! It was supposed to be my son portrait. Put it back. You ruined it. Put it back. It's an Among Us now.
He's an Amogus. Look at that. They give him his
I
little
can't
backpack.
believe you. This is supposed to be my mighty fist.
I
My
literally
beautiful
you just like
pencil.
graffitied your drawing. That's so good. Oh
Wait,
my
I
god.
got. That's how you know. That's how you know.
Oh,
I
there
got
you go. Oh, I've seen
That's
some
how you
Among
know
Us
it's
drawings
me.
that look like that. That's awesome.
That's too hot for TV.
Oh, let me ask you this. Well, oh wait, okay, hang on. I was in the middle of like 5 different things that I haven't asked you. One of them was the first thing I wanted to ask you was one of the first things that I noticed about your drawings that I love is your color palette. Your use of color is so distinct and honestly, I would go so far as to say inimitable because I tried doing your little character and I really don't feel like I got the right I didn't get the vibe. You have such a good use of warm tones that is like honestly hard to recreate. Like I think I hate to say natural talent because that's kind of just like I think that undermines I'm sure the work that you put in, but I do think that there is something to be said for the fact that like it's very clear you have a really strong eye for like use of color, and that Medusa drawing, for example, that was like one of your big hits, is a great example of that. There's phenomenal use of color in there, and it's actually for as vibrant as it is, it's kind of like minimal if I'm remembering correctly in its color usage. Like I want to say there's less than like 20 colors in that. Would I be correct in saying that?
Oh my God, yeah. I'd say I use the same color for I basically minimal amount of color for more like most impact. Like I have some like where it's like only like 3 colors, or I'm just using the background as one of the colors.
Mm-hmm.
Because I will never render in my life. I hate rendering. Like I honestly I love flats. I love flat colors.
Mm.
I love flat things. And
Among Us are going crazy over here, bro.
you said it, and now I'm stuck.
I
Now
love
he's
this one with the booty. It's like sleeping.
got fixed his little feet. He got a little club foot.
That is so good.
And
When would you say that you adopted that your sort of like signature color palette? Like how did
Um,
was that early
I,
on?
I'd like to say I've always had kind of something like that. It's basically I learned to cheat myself, like to not have to use like a lot of colors because I don't want to say again like natural. I guess colors feel very intuitive to me about what's gonna look good next to something.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the reason I like to choose the colors I choose, like everything's warm. I'll make a cool color warm. I don't care what it is. I love warm tones.
Yeah.
And I just like it. Like a lot of my work, you know, like those rose tinted glasses kind of thing. I want like when you look at a piece to be like maybe it happened to you or you're remembering it. Like you're remembering this moment, not this actual thing that happened.
I love
Like
that.
you're looking back on it, if that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Something like that. So I like to keep that feeling. But honestly, I will say this, coloring is like my least favorite part about the whole entire process.
Really?
Not
You
that I don't like it,
mm-hmm.
it's just the most boring for me. Because I'm just like, a lot of the times I know what color I want to use. Like, I'll like splotch, if I
Aha.
put one color down, I know how I want everything else to look. So there's never really any guesswork. So I feel like I'm not really exploring anything. As opposed to, like, I will say this, my line art process is the most fucked up thing ever. Because I
Really?
don't, yeah, it takes me, I change things all the time. Like nothing's ever the same as like my base sketch. Like ever. Like never. It's
Uh
always different. Let me show my cat.
I think that your sketch process is pretty like somebody's asking in the thing.
Oh, I haven't even paid attention to chat. I'm sorry,
That's
guys.
okay. No, somebody asked me. They said, "Who's talking?" It's Bottling Sunshine, but I want to drop your at here. Is your at on Twitch just Bottling Sunshine?
It's bottling underscore sunshine because someone did take bottling sunshine on
Got it.
from
Got it.
Twitch.
Okay, Bottling
Wait,
Sunshine.
no, Twitter is bottling sunshine because someone took it. So it's like bottling sunshine without the I.
Here, I'm gonna link you in over your Twitch
Yeah,
because
just
I
do
want to.
whatever.
Here,
Yeah,
wait.
just do the Twitch bottling underscore sunshine. All my
Sunshine
socials are
is the
there.
guest. Okay. Okay, I just linked it. I wonder, can I actually? Does it work if I put you in your ad in the thing? Let's see. And the title. I'm not sure if that's gonna work. Hopefully people can click that. Anyway, oh, and thank you Studio Zero for the subscription. Let me. Oh yeah,
Oh,
somebody said pin. I'm gonna pin that to the top of the chat. Okay, very cool. Okay. Anyway, sorry, we were talking about. Oh, you were talking about your line art process. Which
yeah, it is a fucking mess.
I don't
I
think
get
so at all.
embarrassed.
I mean, and I actually think that like your process like allows you. I'm just really bad at digital like painting. You know what I mean? I'm very just like.
Okay, I can hear y'all following me right now. Thank you very much. I
Oh,
appreciate
that's
it.
awesome. Are you getting notifications?
No,
That's fantastic.
yes, I forgot. I have to turn off Streamlabs.
Oh, okay, that's good. No, see, I was trying to get Streamlabs to work because I needed to lower the sub alert sound, but that just didn't happen. I think honestly with
Don't.
the sub alert, I think I have to like re-render the sound itself because I honestly think it's because I don't have a limiter on it. I don't even know honestly, but anyway, I've watched a bunch of your streams. Like almost anytime that you go live, I'll just like tune in. And yesterday, I was just like spamming the shit out of your chat, just asking questions and stuff. But I love watching your process. I think it's actually really fun, and it's actually something that I struggle with my streams is because my drawings that I do here are not the ones that I post on my socials. You know what I mean? Like I all of the stuff that I draw is all like analog because I just don't feel as comfortable drawing digitally. Which I think like if you're oh my god, dude, I love this one that's sleeping and farting. That's great.
Yep.
I do kind of feel like once you have like a process that fits for you that just works, it's kind of in your best interest to just like stick with that method. Although it kind of goes against my credo where it's like you want to try new things because that's how you get better. But I do in general feel like there is a certain amount of like comfort zone that you could just stay in, that becomes your signature thing. And in a way, I feel sometimes that when I draw digitally, I lose a little bit of the. And I don't feel this way about a lot of other digital art, like your digital art. I don't feel this way at all. But it's really easy for digital art to feel a little soulless and like flat. You know what I mean?
Oh
And
no, trust me. It feels like so clean, and that's actually something because I started off as a traditional artist. I actually picked up digital work, I think, 3 or 4 years ago.
oh, really? Pretty. I mean,
Because like
that's actually still a while ago. Like that's been some time.
because like I did do stuff like I don't know if anyone in the chat has ever been to Gaia Online when they were younger. It was
Mm.
like the shit. I did like a lot of like commissions and stuff for like Gaia Gold, and I used like my mouse for GIMP. I would draw with my mouse
Mm.
for there. But I mainly did like watercolors and stuff. I even when I went to college, I primarily just did traditional and watercolor and stuff like that. And the one thing I wanted to do with digital work, because I'm like, "Ah, this is a new medium I want to do. I love imperfections in my work. I love like the grittiness because the way I basically got to replicate how I did stuff traditionally, kind of digitally. Like it's not like a one in one
Mm-hmm.
kind of deal. Like there's obviously some differences, but I like to keep imperfections. I like the grittiness. I love like, like the Scantron sheet kind of, not Scantron, but like remember like when you were in school and they would like have those scans and they would put them on that little prompter or whatever and like
Mm-hmm.
say for like math class and it always looked like super like Xeroxy looking. I like that grittiness and stuff like that. And I like when my colors are out of the lines and stuff like that. Like right now, this smooth brush is killing me. I hate how smooth this brush I'm using is.
Oh,
Look how smooth
really?
it is.
I mean, that's
It's
honestly
so
why I
smooth.
started using just the pencil one because it at least has that kind of like pixely look to it. That's like
It won't let me. You have a pencil? Where'd you get a
there's a
pencil
pencil one. I'm
from?
also thinking, do you want to start a new canvas here? How do you feel about that?
1 second, I got some space down here.
Oh, okay.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yeah, you're right. All right, I'll fill in this little bit here too. Uh, yeah, no, I 100% feel that way. Oh, here, I'm gonna draw. Let me draw a little.
I'm just gonna draw more Among Us right now.
Oh, that's
Do
good.
people still play Among Us? Is that still a thing? Is that
I
what
have
kids
not
are
played it in a
into?
long time, but I'm not embarrassed to admit that I was playing the shit out of Among Us, like right around its time of its like peak pocket popularity.
Who didn't? It
There
was the
is
shit.
it was the shit. There is something to be said for a lot of those like games that kids are like obsessed with, like Fortnite and what was the other
Isn't it like
one?
Roblox too? Like
Roblox,
Roblox,
Minecraft,
Minecraft.
like all of those games. I've never played Roblox, but anytime that I play one of those games that kids are obsessed with, I'm like, damn, this is fun. Like this is popular for a reason, and also the fact that it's popular with kids doesn't necessarily mean it's stupid. It just means that it like scratches an itch that's like very like primal and basic. And you know what I mean? And it's like all those games, and they're free. A lot of them, like Fortnite and Fall Guys and Among Us, like are all free games. And Among Us definitely is one of those that like I saw kids were playing that and like memes were coming out about it, and I was like, I ain't too proud. I'm gonna try playing this, and I was like, wow, this is actually really fun. It's a
Yeah, I
great like
learned I
party
love
game.
killing kids.
Oh hell
Yeah, it's a
yeah!
great party game.
Great. I mean, dude, that's how we felt. You were watching the Fall Guys stream the other day. Dude, we were straight up like murdering dudes out there. I was
I'm
like,
sorry. I love playing with kids. They just get it's so intense
it's
and it's
so
so
funny.
competitive and everything's on the line for them. And I love like I never hold back when I'm playing with a child.
Oh no,
Because like I
they
just
need
love
to
the gambit
learn.
of emotions. It's like watching a motion picture.
It's
Like
so
through like
good.
the betrayal and like the acceptance. And I feel like it's a life lesson. I feel like it's my part as an adult, as a figure,
Uh,
to teach them.
yeah, no, I mean,
No.
I think all of that sort of for me sprung out of like when I used to be over at like my friend's house. I never had this game. I never really played. I wasn't even really a gamer as a kid. I had like Mario games, like Super Smash Bros. And stuff, but
Hmm.
that was about it. And but when I went over to a friend's house and they had like Halo online or something like that, I didn't even really care about the campaign modes of those stories because I'm really bad at first person shooter games because I didn't play them growing up. But the funniest part is being online in those games and being like over the voice thing and there being like an
Oh
obvious
my God.
like 10-year-old on the other side of it and you're just talking so
Uh,
much shit at them and that part was just so funny and like hard to recreate. But some of these games that, even without like the voice chat thing, like it recreates that vibe where like you're playing Fall Guys and you're like, I know everyone else playing here is like 8 years old, but I'm about to like
it's
destroy.
no, it's just so much fun. It brings me back to when I was younger too, just playing in lobbies and stuff like that, or like when you were like in person with everybody, just playing games. It's just fun. I love it. That was like Valheim for me too, because when like COVID was happening, I was playing nothing but Valheim.
Hmm.
And if you have you ever played Valheim by any chance?
No, I don't even know what that is.
Oh my, what?
What is
Okay.
it?
Basically, this is like around, I stopped playing Minecraft like 2 years before I started playing Valheim. Remember, this is like during COVID. It's basically very, you get to be like a Viking kind of, God, I don't know how to describe this. It like scratches that Minecraft itch for me, but you get
Hmm.
like more adventure. You basically get to, oh, Jam Cupcake, oh my God, see, there's people in the chat. They know
Yeah, I see
exactly.
people
Have
are
you ever
like going
played
crazy.
Valheim?
Yeah.
'Cause it's so good. Like I can't even put into words. It's basically you're like thrust. It's like in like Norse. Is it like Norse myth? You're basically like sent to this place, but I don't think it's complete. I think it's still getting like updates. But you get to build stuff,
What?
fight these little trolls, and you get to like build ships and go across the water. Yeah,
Oh,
Viking like
dude.
construction, Dark Souls combat. That's basically it. And it's so charming. If you want to look it up right now, just look up like Valheim. It's honestly a gorgeous game too.
It
It's like
actually
limited graphics.
Dude, it literally sounds like the type of game that if I download this, I will get like consumed. Oh my god, 10 out of
You'll get
10 on
sucked
Steam.
in.
How have I never heard of this
Yeah,
shit?
it looks like a PS1 game. Like it looks like, but it's like absolutely gorgeous and it's so atmospheric and the
Wow.
song, like it's absolutely gorgeous. I recommend you play this. It is so good.
Okay, this
I
looks
haven't played it in a
absolutely
minute. I need to get
incredible.
back in.
It
I don't
looks
know, Chad. Like,
it kind of looks like WoW combined with like I don't know what, like I guess Minecraft, World of Warcraft, like it. Oh my god, I love the design of these trolls. This is
oh
dude,
my God, the
this
troll's
is
so
so
good.
base. That little like he's got, dude, you may not like it, but this is peak male performance. That is fucking awesome, dude.
Yes.
I've
Yo, it
never
is
heard of
so
it.
scary to fight them. It's fucking terrifying when they come because when you get to a certain point, it's like near the Dark Forest or like I don't know if you have to wait, but when they come, it's absolutely terrifying if you've never seen one before. The things that I hate the
Wow.
most in this game are mosquitoes and goblins. Absolutely the worst. I will fight 10 trolls before I fight one goblin
Oh my
and one
god.
mosquito.
Dude, I have to play this game. I mean, now I feel like I'm working through a few different games because I'm also streaming, well, I'm periodically streaming Minecraft. We've been playing with the Patreon, but also with Vosh a few times, and then and then I started playing Portal 2 with Zach, Yellow Swag Studios,
Love Portal.
and then now I know you were just watching. We just were playing this game Lethal Company, which is something that's like in beta right now. This like horror game that I was just playing yesterday, which was extremely frustrating because it was really difficult, but it was so fun. So I definitely need to play that again. And I'm like, oh my god, am I in my like gamer arc all of a sudden? I swear, guys, before like
Are you a video game boy?
dude, I swear to God, before like 2 months ago, I never play video games. And but the thing is that
Are you
like
serious?
never. And part of it is because I have this little bit of like an obsessive personality, and that's I think a little bit why I've been able to throw myself into the Beetlemoses thing is because like I like when I find something that I'm enjoying or I feel like it's paying off a little bit for me, it will literally become my 9 to 5. And so like it's that way with video games too. When I was over quarantine, that was the first time that I had played Minecraft because one of my friends, like from like one of my longtime friends in our group chat, like a bunch of my buddies from home was like, guys, you need to download Minecraft. Like, we need to play this together. We were all at home, you know what I mean, not doing anything. He's like, you have to play this. And I was like, all right. Downloaded it at the time on my Switch. I had it on my Nintendo Switch. And I swear my life from... I would literally wake up, I would like work out in my backyard for like 30 minutes, and then I would go back inside and I would basically be playing Minecraft from like noon to 4 a.m. like until the sun was like
Are
rising.
you serious? You're one. I understand what you're talking
it
about.
was like
Okay,
ridiculous. And that's why now, even now, I'm like this last week, even a little bit, I was kind of a Minecrafty week for me. I didn't do as much drawings as I wanted to do. So this week, I really was like, okay, I am not playing Minecraft until I hit a certain, like, I have to do some work. I have to draw and get some like busy work done before I just play Minecraft all the time. But the streaming
It
is
sounds
kind
like
of
you're enjoying yourself though, so that's good.
I am, but I think there's also like I don't know
Okay, I think we should do a new page.
Should we
now.
do a new page? We should do this.
Yeah,
Oh,
do a new page.
let's do a new
Yeah,
one. Here, I'm
that's-
going to send you the link for it. Okay, quick new. Oh, and by the way, Danny JOD in the chat, thank you so much for the kind words. They were like, I didn't know you streamed. I just stumbled across this, but I've loved your stuff on social media for years. Thank you so much. The streaming is fairly new. Actually, the social media is fairly new for me too. I know it sometimes feels like it's been longer, but I've actually only really been posting for like a year-ish. But
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say your growth has been like incredible, and it's well deserved.
dude, thank you.
Like,
It's really
I'm
nice.
so happy for you,
Dude, thank you. I mean, look, like this is the type of stuff, and not to get sappy, but this is the type of stuff that is like the payoff for me. Is that it's like connected me with like amazing artists like yourself, and also like people in the chat right now. Just like, I don't know how it happened, but and I don't really know if it was a conscious effort or it just has to do with the material that I post, but I freaking love my like followers and supporters. Like everybody's just so chill and funny, and like it just has made. I mean, obviously, I know you feel this too as like an independent artist. Like there are weeks that are really stressful, and there are weeks that you are just like on cloud nine. And
oh god, yeah.
I would say these days I have a lot more good weeks than stressful weeks, and a lot of it is just because I can just rely so heavily on my followers to just be like so cool and supportive, and anytime I'm
Like they're sweet, they're understanding,
Yeah,
they get you.
it's
I know I was
great.
saying this all the time in my stream, but like I just feel bad for some artists that are just like that. I feel so bad for
Oh,
the
bro.
following they have.
I
Because
know.
like they have to be so careful about like what they say or what they post,
It's
and I
so
just I
true.
can't imagine and I can't relate. I'm like I am so sorry.
No, I know.
Like,
I really do like. I think that every artist kind of, in their own way, like myself included, does like gain a certain audience, even if it's not consciously. Just through the material they post, you're going to gain a specific crowd. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as like every Bottling Sunshine fan, even if you may have fans that are just diverse from all walks of life, you know what I mean? But like there's going to be a uniting thread among all of them, you know what I mean? And that thread may be something that can't really even be put into words, but it's there, and it's because you unconsciously put it there, you know what I mean? It's because like people are going to connect with your work in a certain way. I love that what you're drawing is like really like sweet and cute, and what I'm drawing is just like this like gaunt, terrible thing.
I'm trying to draw like a cute rat. I'm trying to draw stuff I haven't drawn forever because I feel like what I've done is I've kind of like I don't want to say kind of like pigeonholed myself in what I draw, but like I haven't drawn anything like new or what I used to draw in like a while. So like I'm trying to like I don't know play around with stuff because there's stuff that like I can draw like no problem, but others like I haven't drawn like any other animal besides like maybe a deer or like a beetle.
Yeah.
And forever I'm trying to be like there's something I want to do for myself this coming year. Like I want to draw more stuff that I don't draw. Like for example, like the Baldur's Gate line, like I don't draw men that much personally, no offense.
No, no,
Like it's
none
nothing
taken.
you've done.
It's
Nothing you've
I
done.
actually
You're
don't I
trying.
don't really draw women that much because I'm honestly self conscious about my ability to draw women. Like I don't know what it is. It's like I do feel like some, and that's a recent thing that I had to start forcing myself to do in my comics because a lot of the material that I was drawing like needed to have. I mean, needed to have a female character is kind of an antiquated way of putting
Yeah, it's
it.
called representation.
Yeah, no, not. But
Like
it's not. It wasn't even that. It was just like I like. It was like I cannot. But it was. There is a part that's just like I literally cannot just draw dudes all the time. Like I have to. I have to try, but I don't know why. Because well, here's Exhibit A. Like right here, what I'm drawing right now. Like because of the nature of the way that I draw. It's like I just don't know that I like lend myself my style like sort of lends itself to drawing like the feminine form and or facial features or things like that, and that was a really hard hurdle that I'm still getting over. I still feel like that's the shit that I'm like erasing and redrawing and erasing and redrawing it to the point where that I'm pulling my hair out. Like
no,
it's
trust me,
just
I
some of those
get it.
things.
I just I know personally I have to remind myself that I can draw stuff. Like
I know, I get that.
comes down to sometimes. Like I'm cat. Like for example, I gave up and I just wanted to spread this mouse open.
I
So
love
we just
that.
have. I don't like how I said that,
That is so
but
good. I wait, there was something else I was about to ask you about. We were just talking about. Oh, did you like? Can you remember like a time like maybe early on or even just recently that like you started hearing from like some smaller artists or other people that were kind of telling you that you had inspired them or like that they were
oh my
working like
God,
because
yes,
of you?
oh my God, there's one moment I will remember forever. This was in Salt Lake City last year
Mm-hmm.
when I was at a show. This is the first time I ever encountered this because I have people, they'll send me messages and it's like always sweet. Like I think it's always like the sweetest thing. They're just like, "Oh my God, you got me back into drawing. Oh
Oh
my
yeah.
goodness, this inspires me." Like all that stuff and I'm like a crying mess like every single time. But this is like I think this had to be like the last day of the show, I think, and it was closing up. And I had this girl come over and she was like crying. And me automatically, I'm like, what happened? Who hurt this girl?
Right,
What's
right.
happening? And I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? They're like, oh my God, I didn't know you were gonna be here. And I'm like, yeah. And they're just like, I love your work
Oh my
so much. And
god.
I was like, I know, like they were like crying, and I was just like, I didn't know what to do because I'm a contact crier. As soon as I see someone crying,
Ah,
I
I'm kind of like that too.
immediately
Yeah.
start like I start crying. I'm like I'm gonna start crying now because I'm remembering it, and I'm like, oh my God, like, are thank you. Are you? Is that okay? Are you okay? And they're just like, yes, I'm just really happy you're here. And I'm
That's
like,
so sweet.
I know. I'm like this. I'm like, do you want a hug? And they're like, can I? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, of course. That's
And I'm like,
awesome.
yeah, totally. And like, never mind. Like, this was like, yeah, what last year? Like, still like math stuff and stuff like that. I'm like, you know what? This bitch is crying. Like, I thank you.
Yeah.
Again, the closest. Like, I am weak to tears. And so like I hugged her and she was just crying and like I just gave her a bunch of shit. Like I just like
Yeah.
unprompted just gave her a bunch of stuff. By the way, if anyone ever sees me at a convention, if you talk to me for like literally like what 10 minutes
I
if
will
there's
just
no one
give you
around and I
things.
want to talk to you, I'll give you shit. Like against like my table, like my helpers, like what they say to me, like Jasmine, don't do that. I will give you free shit.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if we have like any one thing in common, I'll start just handing shit to
No,
you.
I'm that way too. I mean, I also I've never been to a convention, but I was talking to you about how I really want to start going to conventions.
Oh, you should.
I
It would be so
know, I know. And you know
good.
what?
It'd be
I
fun.
recently had
Is that E.T.'s brother? Who the fuck is
I don't
this?
know. I don't know who this is, honestly. I was just kind of like feeling it out, but I
He
also feel
has
like
so much power.
I kind of feel like he
In
needs
his
some
one
like
little finger.
yeah, and his little finger. I feel like he kind of needs this like weird little like balding man haircut too. Um,
I'm just like talking. I'm trying to draw shit
oh,
I can do.
sorry.
Like, whoa.
Whoops. That was a mistake. But anyway, the I recently had a call with Chris Wilson of Cyanide and Happiness that I because I had
Oh shit!
which first of all was amazing. I mean,
Like holy fuck, that's
like
crazy. That's so cool.
dude, like when those guys, and I was telling him this too when we were just talking. We've DM'd a good bit, but it was because like when he and some of the other Cyanide, he was the first of the Cyanide trio to follow me, and now all those guys we're all mutuals, which is cool. But I've talked the most to Chris. They're all really funny and sweet guys, but Chris, I messaged him. It's kind of, sort of some business advice, like some stuff that I was like working on, and I wanted to kind of ask him because, I mean, dude, those guys, the Cyanide and Happiness guys, have been doing like web comics that like they literally became full-time webcomic artists, like independent webcomic artists before that was a thing. Like they literally
I know.
they invented that job. Do you know what I mean? And the crazy part is that like they're young guys. Like I literally think they're all like mid-30s. Like they're not but they all started when they were super young, which is amazing. And the fact that it's been they've been able to just maintain like the brand and their status and as a career for so long is incredible. And so I think they're a phenomenal source, like resource of information, especially for me personally, because I am a web comic artist and I'm at the beginning of what I'm doing still, like timeline wise, and you know I hope to have a long career as Beetle Moses, but I have to wonder, you know, I have to be what are some things that I can do to make sure that this is like a long-term thing for me. And so Chris agreed to hop on a call with me and was, I mean, dude, he was just the coolest fucking guy. And one of the things that he brought up with me while we were talking was like, you need to get in a convention, basically. He was like, that was, he said that like the first time that he did a convention, and still now, like when they do conventions, I think he hasn't done one since COVID, I think he told me, but they still generally do them like all the time. And he was like, it just is so enriching, like it just feeds your soul so much. And especially because life as an artist, and especially even online, it feels very solitary, and a lot of it feels like not real because some of it just feels like pixels on a screen. Like going to a convention and interacting with fans and seeing people there and other artists and stuff like that is just like so invigorating. And I was like, God damn, that sounds so fucking good. Like,
No, it is like so much fun. That's where I don't know, I've made like a lot of lasting friendships. I've gotten to meet fans and stuff like that
mm,
too. And it's just fun to see like the people that like actually like get your stuff. It's very humbling, I'll say that.
mm,
Like to see these people that like, I don't know, support your work and support you. Like it's like always amazing. And I'm like, I don't know. Like I always feel kind of weird because when people are just like, I hi, and I'm like, hi.
hello. Yeah.
I'm not behind a computer screen. I
Yeah.
can actually see you. Because I feel like, I know I was talking about this last night, like people that try to chase the algorithm or stuff like that, or
Mm.
treat these like people like as in numbers or like updates and points. I
Yeah.
personally think that's disrespectful to them.
Yeah.
Me personally, because they're more than like they're like actual people that love your work,
It's
and I
true.
think they're more than just like a follow.
100%.
Like it's more than that. So it's always great. Like I'm always telling people, yeah, come say hi, please. I love this man. This is peak male.
Do you like this guy? This peak physique? I can't. It's like
I love him. I'm like, hey, I'm single. I
It's
love
like
him.
he's like halfway between like an alien. It's like he's an alien who's been living life in a trailer park for like most of his life, and now is kind of like acclimated to like the culture. I like it. Do you like his Daisy Dukes?
I didn't want to say anything because I don't want to objectify anybody.
It's like
But
I kind of like him. He's just got soul. Uh,
again, he looks like E.T.'s uncle. I don't
yeah,
know what this is.
I totally could see that.
I love him.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Like, and it's part of the reason that I vowed pretty early on that I was never going to like complain. Let me say never complain publicly about like numbers or reach or oh this isn't getting enough interaction, this isn't getting enough whatever, because it's like I see a lot of really big content creators doing that, and it's like that's so disrespectful, and not just disrespectful but just like negative. And like what about that, like especially if you have a big audience, it's like you have so many people that are there and are trying to support you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's when it feels weird because I can understand, like, say if the algorithm shifts or whatever, yeah, it's
Sure.
annoying for everybody. But when that's your whole, like, even when that happens and you're like, I'm not growing, and I see these people with like this huge account or whatever already, I'm like, what growth are you talking about?
Yeah.
You're like fine. You have an established base of people. Like, I don't know. Like, I just go with the flow at this point. I know that's something I was concerned about like earlier on, but like as you just start doing this, like it just doesn't matter anymore.
No, yeah.
Like it's not that important. Like I said, like I love my followers. They are there to support me in whatever I draw, and like I adore them, and like I love them. I'm so thankful. I'm so happy.
Oh, 100%.
Like
I feel that way all the time. I feel always just super lucky that like that just the people that like I've got like kind of have my back, and then on the rare occasion it doesn't actually happen that oh, it just got a subscription by I don't Kai Theorix. I don't know if I
you're
pronounced
better
that
than
right.
me. I can never pronounce anyone's name. Like
I'm
one of my mods has to apologize for me all the time
Oh
because
really?
I can't pronounce it. Yes, shout out to Pony Ape Hands. I love you, Pony. You're my rock.
The yeah, I anytime that I see like creators that are kind of just saying like this one didn't do numbers, or like not enough people, or I've seen people that post crazy shit that they're like not enough people subscribe to this Patreon, not enough people did this. Oh my god, holy shit, that was loud. That was loud in my ears. It had to be extremely loud for the thing. But whoa, P1 Twist, thank you for the gift sub.
Whoa.
That one went to Luke Dismas. That was dope. Yeah, it was super loud. Oh, I like the drawing that you're doing right now. Um,
Yeah.
I also saw the you were at what convention was it at that you ran into? I saw you saw Conyer and Vosh. There's like a photo of you guys together. What's the story behind that?
Okay. Oh my God, that was so fucking weird for me. Okay, this was in Seattle. It was for SoccerCon. By the way, SoccerCon's amazing. And I remember I saw that Vosh tweeted that he was gonna be there. And I've been following again Vosh for I think about like what two it was like when I was playing Valheim. It's around that time. It was during
Gotcha.
COVID. I remember the debate he was doing. It was against this like it wasn't he Canadian, it's always Canadian. They're so fucking weird about it.
I
But he
don't
wanted
know.
like to build an ethno state or something. No offense,
Okay.
Canada. You got some weirdos.
That's all right.
And it was just, I just remember it was really
Drake.
funny.
Yeah.
But he said like on Twitter, "Oh hey, I'm gonna be at SoccerCon," and I was like a fucking gopher. Like I was like waiting. I'm like I need to see this motherfucker. I'm good if I can see him in person. I'm like, what other chance? I just want to say hey, thank you because
Hell
he
yeah.
helped me get like politically active and motivated and stuff like that.
Nice.
And I was like super thankful about that. And I'm like, that's really fucking cool. Like thank you.
Yeah.
And what happened was, is like it was bumping too. I had like a bunch of people at my table, like it was packed.
Nice.
And I was like getting down because I was like getting prints for someone. And then I heard his voice and I was just like,
Oh, that's crazy.
and I will say this, it's weird to hear it in person. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like deeper, I guess. It was really weird. So like the computer man's not in the computer
Oh, his
anymore.
voice, you mean?
It
Like
sounded like
that's
yes,
so
like
funny.
it was just weird. But I like looked up and like there he is, and I forgot he's tall,
He's
and
a
that
big
didn't
guy.
really register because he looks like a little man. He looks like a little man at his little
The
computer. Like
computer.
he looks like I can put him in my pocket.
I know, right?
And then I saw him, and then I saw Kanye. I was like, whoa, because I watched like Kanye's shit. Like I love her stuff.
Yeah.
Like also
Kanye's,
really funny.
Kanye's awesome. Whoops.
Great meme lord.
Um,
And I was like, holy shit. I was like, hey, I'm a fan.
nice.
And I don't know how to not be weird about it. Because, like, my thing, like, I wouldn't say like I was like stunned. Like I was just like it's because again, it's like one of those things like you don't think you'll ever see like someone. It's like the feeling I got like when I met some of my mutuals like in real life too. It's just like, oh my God, this is happening.
Yeah.
I'm like seeing someone, like whatever. So I was just excited, but I was like a little fucking goblin. I even took like the weakest picture with them ever. Like I was
Really?
totally at an angle.
I
I
thought it was a
wasn't
good
alpha.
pick.
Like
Oh
I
my.
didn't like it. I was hunched over. I didn't like have dominance. I didn't have
Oh, you did
anything.
not
I looked
assert
very
dominance.
weak and small. Like I just look weak in this picture. Like
That's
I would be
hilarious.
the one that would like it just like I was embarrassed for
You did
myself. I'm
not
like
look
I
like the
need to be
top
strong.
G in that photo.
I
Yeah.
was not top G. I was weak. I looked like I couldn't pull for shit and it made me embarrassed.
That's all right. I thought it was a good photo. I thought it was funny that you guys had like run into each other, and then also the. I mean, I'm sure you know this, but also one of your drawings that you did of Vosh's cats, he reposted on his
Yeah.
Instagram. It's sitting on there,
That was so
which is
exciting. I was so happy
nuts.
about
Yeah,
that.
that's
Yeah,
really
but like I
cool.
saw them, I was like, hey, I'm a fan of both of you. And I saw Vermin, met Vermin, that was really sweet.
That's awesome.
And I was like, hey, I'm a fan. That's what's up.
Uh,
And yeah, so that was just a cool thing to happen. And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Like, I haven't. It's never happened to me before. Well, not exactly that I've like run into or like no, I've never been recognized in public, but I don't know why that would really happen anyway because I don't know, that would be kind of unusual. I think it's actually a bit of a small portion of my audience that even really knows what I look like. Like you'd have to watch these streams basically to know what I look like, so it'd be pretty niche if somebody recognized me, but for one thing, it was funny because I've known Zach for a long time. Yellow Swag Studios. We went to college together, and then
Are you serious? I didn't
yeah,
know that.
yeah. That's why we know. That's why we like linked
Oh,
up at
that's
all.
so cute. Oh my God, you guys are
Yeah, we've
adorable.
known each other for a long time, and so what ended up happening, I actually left that school, and we got reconnected years later, basically, and he had made a name for himself as a webcomic artist, basically like posting his. I had seen his material and not known it was his until like it suddenly
Really?
like clicked for me like later on, and then and oh, so it's Sefko. Oh, what's up, Sefko? Sefko asked, "What do you guys study?" We actually both studied. Well, I think Zach studied film. We both were studying film, and part of the reason that we like linked up, which is funny, is that we were we were both like acting kind of like we were doing some like film and acting stuff at the time, which is really cringe to think about because I just don't
You're an
I
actor?
don't act at
Traditionally
all.
trained
I
actor? Oh
did
my
in high
goodness.
school. I was like a thespian. Like I was in stage plays and shit like
You're
that.
so cultured.
Not at all. That stuff makes me cringe now to think about. But which is so funny because I feel like I almost took nothing from it now. Like I do think about some stuff. So I say, yeah, more like a lesbian in high school. Hey. But anyway, but when I got to college and then Zach and I were basically introduced. I think we met at a party because we were at some party with a bunch of other like sort of theater kids or something, and I want to say that one of the even if we didn't consciously say this, like one of the first things that we bonded over is the fact that we were like the only straight dudes in like the room basically. And so
God, were
oh,
you embarrassed? I'd be so
we
embarrassed.
just got a Vosh raid, by the way.
Oh shit,
Thank
Vashi.
you,
Hi, Tim.
Voosh Magoosh. What's going on, guys?
What's up,
uh
Boosh?
Horse guy. Guys, it says right here in the title, but please go ahead and follow Bottling Sunshine. If you're gonna follow me, you're only doing half the job here. All right, I have an amazing artist on stream right now, which is Bottling Sunshine. That's who I'm talking to
Oh
right
my
now.
God, stop. You're
Uh,
shutting off, stop.
but yeah. So anyway, so we got linked up all the way back then, and it's funny. Now we've become like business partners in Cold Cuts, and and we like post a lot together, and we do the podcast together and stuff like that. And a lot of people, I think, don't realize that we knew each other from like before the internet days, and then we actually just saw each other for the first time IRL in years, in almost a decade, because I went to go visit him in Pennsylvania, and I stayed out there for a week, and we filmed a bunch of stuff, which was cool. But even seeing him IRL was weird for a split second, because I'm so used to seeing him on camera, you know what I mean? That like we had to, there was that moment where both of us were like, which one of us is taller? Like had to kind of like check like that, but that's
Very
funny.
important.
I was literally, oh, Gigs Live, thank you so much for the subscription. They said love both your guys' art. Thank you, Gigs Live.
Aww,
It's funny. Yola Swag has been getting into some hot water online recently, so I've already got to like. I already know that I have to have my Notes app apology written for when he gets like, canceled or something like that. But Roe Vineyard, thank you. Thank
oh my
you.
goodness.
Yeah, the subs are rolling in. But what's funny about that? What's funny about Zach getting in trouble and people calling him all kinds of names and terrible things is that because I know him IRL.
Zach.
I know, poor guy. I know him very well, and it's funny to see him. I shouldn't say this because he's not going to want me to say something like this, but he's actually a very sensitive individual, and you wouldn't know that from his posting because he's very like crass, but I actually know him to be a very compassionate and like sensitive guy, and I think that sometimes when people get at him online, I have to be in his corner and be like, no, like I don't think people realize that honestly a lot of the posting that he does that's like angry posting or lashing out is sometimes through me, because I'm like, no, like destroy that person, but you have to have a friend like that, right? You know what I mean? He does the same for me when I'm mad about stuff.
And can I just say, I honestly don't know why people get so upset with him. I don't know what it is.
I really don't.
I think I'm not. Again, I was never really on Twitter. This is like all very new to me. Like I guess the environment, because on Insta it's like you post it and you're done, and maybe some people will say some shit in your comments, but there's no real like interaction or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it's just like seeing people get so heated over some of the stupidest shit. Like
it's ridiculous.
I don't.
But
I don't. And
I do also realize now that it's like, kids. There's just a lot of like kids, like, you know what I mean? Like on Twitter,
Yeah.
and I think a lot of them, I don't know, are like angry, or in general, I try to just avoid like fighting with people online because I don't know, I'm a little bit of like an empath. So usually when people when people get angry or something, I honestly don't even usually blame them right away because, it's like,
I mean, they're upset for a reason, and you want to know what that reason is.
Yes,
because I mean,
that's
they're
true.
like, upset, like, yeah.
And usually, even if I think that they're kind of stupid because there's really nothing for them to be mad about, like I know that a lot of people are just angry right now and kind of want to like they want to just get mad and lash out and stuff, and I'm like, I get that way too, so it is what it is. But but I wanted to ask
No, I
you,
understand. There's plenty of times when I get upset too. I cry all the time.
do you, I mean, your stuff I feel like wouldn't at all invite negative comments, but do you still feel like you see negative comments?
No, there was like one time forever ago, because I've never been like in any drama. My stuff is like pretty like whatever. Like some people are just like, I don't like that you drew this, blah blah blah. It was just forever ago. The biggest issue I ever had was I'm trying to like scroll down in my Insta thing. This was like forever.
You have it there?
Yeah, it's still up there because I didn't even like engage with people. This is like I think my first like blow up post that ever happened, where I got like, oh my god, I found it. And basically, I just drew this character with stretch marks, and I still think, oh my god, this is so long ago. Oh yeah, 2020. This is when I posted this. Oh my god.
That's a long time ago.
People mistook like the stretch marks for like self-harm, I guess.
Oh my god.
And I just had people saying, take it down, do this, do that. How dare you? I saw this and it ruined my day.
Oh my
And like I
god.
this is like the first time ever happened and I felt so bad that like I could do this to someone. And I had to like I was thinking like should I just delete it? And I had my friends like, Jasmine, don't. It's stupid. And
You
then I had
don't.
people like again, if you do this, make the stuff you love, your people will come to you. I had people like defending me in the comments
Yes.
and stuff like that. And like I was watching it the whole time. I was like, yeah, fucking get him.
Yeah,
Like
how good
fight
does that
for
feel?
me.
Zach and I always joke about how like sometimes like the petty thing that I'll do is I'll ignore like a hater comment, but then like if somebody claps back at them, I'll just like that comment like silently,
Yes, I'm
like
that
just this like
person.
little petty
I'm
thing. It's so
so
good.
passive aggressive, so petty.
It's
It's so
so petty.
good.
Oh, dude,
And
we just got a hype train. Two dads kissing.
oh, hype!
Just subscribe with Prime. Thank you.
Yeah, my two dads. Dads are
Uh,
kissing.
Two dads kissing. That's what. That's their name. That's a good name.
Yo, there's a hype train, guys. Add to the hype train.
Oh, hype train. Oh, hype train. We're at 93% hype train. We just need one more,
Go.
baby. Very powerful name. But I know. I actually feel like. I mean, the best thing that you can do basically is ignore that shit, but also by like fostering an environment with your fan base. Like, I think it is. I have done this. This is so random. I don't know why this like popped into my head recently, but I was in the habit a lot more of posting like responding to hater shit and specifically making a show of it on my like Instagram. Like if I got a negative comment on Instagram, I would usually just screenshot it and repost it to my story, like dunking on them in some way. And sometimes even if I got a negative comment on Twitter or one that was like astoundingly dumb or something like that, I would somebody said, "Oh, thanks, Twink Strangler 99 for the sub." It's like, no, but
Oh, yo, I heard a true crime about that dude. Crazy.
that's crazy. But I used to like post more about it, and I would kind of make like a big show of it, and a lot of people would like it would like rile people up. Like I would get a lot of responses to the story because people think it's fun. It is funny. Like people think it's funny when you dunk on somebody else. You know what I mean? Like especially if it's like an easy dunk. They want to see you get in fights. They want to see you beefing and stuff like that.
Everyone throws tomatoes. Everyone wants to throw their own tomatoes.
Everyone wants to throw
They love it.
tomatoes, and that's not.
Everyone wants to be an old peasant.
Of course, it's not really how I move generally. Like I try to be nice to people, but sometimes like you do just want to dunk on people, and so I used to make a show of it on my story, and then I swear to God, like I part of it is that I also I don't smoke weed really, like not that I'm against it, but I just don't, which
Oh
actually
my God, you swear.
which I've
You're
actually
such a
I've
swear.
brought it up fairly recently before, and I think a lot of people are surprised at that. And it's not that I don't ever or I never have. I used to be a much heavier weed smoker, but I swear I like am so distracted by by like the Beetlemoses shit, by like the drawings that like I just like it doesn't even really cross my mind, and so yeah, I'm basically straight edge. Like I will occasionally drink, and by drink I
That's
mean I'll have
fine.
like one drink, but like I
Oh
don't
my
eat.
God, you're fat.
I'm real, dude. I'm really like lame, and but anyway, when I went to go visit Pennsylvania, I was with Zach, Yellow Swag Studios, and he gave me a fucking a weed soda called like Reef or something like that. Oh, we just hit a hype train. Raphael Martin, thank you for the sub. Hype train. Thank you for the sub. So Zach gave me, he had a weed soda. So it was like I don't know how many milligrams of whatever, and he was basically like he gave it to me, and it was like a tall boy basically that of weed infused like orange soda, and he was like, I was like, how much of this should I drink? And he was like, dude, he was like, take like just go easy, take like a couple sips because it's pretty strong. And I was like, okay, and I ended up drinking like maybe a third of the can, maybe a quarter of the can. Like I took like maybe 4 big sips or something like that. Dude, I literally saw God. I was absolutely tripping, and especially because just edibles are so strong, and I had like
They
sworn
hit you so
they hit you
hard.
so hard, and it was like I was literally like I had one brain cell that was like working part time for the next like 3 days, and like I just
Oh
it was so
no.
bad, and so I mean it was fun. Like obviously it was still fun and funny, and we went down. That was like late in the day, and we went down. He lives like right on this like riverfront that you have to like walk down, kind of like a. He's in a
I was
really
seeing some pictures and the
dude.
stuff he picked. Is he in the mountains or something?
Bro,
Like, what the fuck
he
am I
lives in this
seeing?
very rural area of Pennsylvania, and I will definitely say that it was like the
Pennsylvania scares me.
dude, it was the most rural place I've ever been. Like period. And I honestly forget that there are parts of the United States that look like that. Like it was so untouched by anything industrial. There was like a small town square and there was like a Walmart and like that was it. And but it was like beautiful, like literally overwhelming how beautiful it was outside. So we were spending all of our time outdoors basically, and he lives on this like sort of mountainside that you just walk down and you're right at the riverfront, like no pier, like literally just rocks on the river, and like these big flat like slate rocks basically. And when I drank that weed soda, I want to say it was like maybe the first day that I got there, and we were now walking down as I was like really coming up, which sounds stupid because it's like yeah I was on weed, but it's like you guys know when you have an edible, it is like back me up here. It is like it's something
No,
else.
it like fucks you up. No, I will tell you. I don't really mess with edibles too much. Mainly if people bake their own, like when they reduce it, I don't like to touch that from people. Like I need the prepackaged stuff from like the dispensaries
Hmm.
because I had an edible and I was high for 2 days.
Yeah,
Like it was
literally
like I don't know
that.
if it was a full day or 2 days, and I felt like I was actively dying.
It
And I
is.
had to keep asking if it was real. Like if I was real. Or if like what was happening now, or if it was a memory.
Oh
Like I
yeah.
thought I was in a memory. That's how high I was.
It literally gets like that. And like so when we were descending this like mountain and it was like the golden hour, right? You have to picture like this was right around like maybe like 5 p.m. that we're like walking down and the sun is like coming through the trees and then we walk down and I'm like right on the river and it's like we're literally just like on the water and there's nothing but like mountains. Dude, I it was insane. It was like a religious experience, and so anyway, during that, like the whole reason I even brought this up is like during that whole, because the other part about like weed, which is like sort of why I this is a personal thing, and I know that people experience versions of this, but I know that it affects me negatively, which is part of why I've like stopped smoking. Really, is that it makes it like you become very self-reflective. I become very self-reflective is what I should say,
Yeah.
and which is good. It is definitely good in some ways, but too much of it makes me turns into self-doubt, you know what I mean? And I'm at a point in my career where I'm literally my job is to be annoying online at this point. Like I literally there's no room for like self-doubt, you know what I mean? uh Oh yeah,
Mhm.
my brother just said I did edibles one time with Beetle Moses. Never been so gone. We played Atari. Yeah, that is true. I remember that very vividly. And so anyway, I while I was sort of on this like edible induced like drug trip, I basically was I basically was like thinking about I think I had just posted that day I was like dunking on someone on my Instagram story or something like that and over some beef, some stupid whatever. And I was like that is so dumb. I was literally like I do not want to post shit like that anymore. Like that is just it's like I don't know why I was just like that is so
So
lame.
that's where we got. That's why we were talking about this for. I completely forgot that's
That's
what we were
why I
talking
know. Sorry, that was like literally the longest tangent ever.
about.
It was like
No, you're fine.
it's like yeah, but that's exactly what happened. I literally was just like I'm not doing this anymore, and now I've kind of come around. Like I have responded to some hater shit occasionally. But I was basically like, I'm no longer gonna make a show of this or like make it my brand to like do this, because I'm like, I want people to like, I don't like complaining online. I don't like watching other people complain online. I don't want to complain online. And that's like, even in those moments where I was like sort of dunking, or I thought that I was being, you know, clever or snarky or whatever, I was kind of just like, what am I doing? Like, what is going on? Oh, dude, I love this farting person right here. That's awesome.
No,
All of
no,
your
this was
drawings
me
are
when
so
I was
good.
weed. No, this was me. I was like,
This is
no, oh no, this isn't me, but this was like how I was feeling. That is basically me. I gotta change the hair then. But when I said like I felt like I was actively dying, I was just like in my underwear in my apartment, like
here.
feeling like it wasn't real. Like I went to bed hoping I would wake up better, and it didn't happen, and that's when I knew it was a problem.
Yeah,
Like,
that
what's my
that's a
hair? Like I had like big hair back then.
yeah, that's a bit much. Oh sorry, I interfered with your drawing slightly. Let me erase that.
No, it's fine. I like it there.
Hang on.
Don't
Dude,
change it.
that looks really good. Do Oh, this is completely irrelevant, but I was curious. What was the first convention that you went to? What was the first time you attended a
Oh, my
con?
very first one was Con Out Delete back in Chicago.
Ooh,
My hometown. I live in Michigan. I'm originally from Illinois.
very cool.
And it was in Chicago, and it was like one of the worst experiences ever.
What?
And I did it with I'll tell you why. The only thing that made it better was my table partner, because I split a table with one of my best friends, Mariana, also Hawkley. Check them out on the Twitters and the Instagram. I
Very
love her
cool.
very much.
Very cool.
And well, I ordered my stuff and my prints didn't come in time. And so I ended up getting like they get this quote unquote nice paper from like Meyer.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to use my shitty Epson printer to print stuff out on this like computer paper.
Oh
And
shit. Yeah, that's not
like
ideal.
it's like not good. It's not even cardstock. It's like literally like computer paper.
Yeah, that's not good.
And I had to do that, and I didn't like didn't have enough money to get more ink, so I could only have so many prints. And I was like flat broke around this time.
Mm.
And I took on commissions that day. I was doing pencil sketch commissions for like $10 a pop.
Oh man.
And it was so bad. I don't do commissions at cons anymore. I don't even really normally do commissions anymore. Because like my thing is, I feel like, what if they hate it?
No,
I know
get
they're
it.
asking me to draw this, but like, what if it's bad? What if they say I'm bad?
Well, that would not happen, I'm sure. But I can see why,
No.
especially $10 commissions. I think you might have been like short selling yourself a bit much, and then just like
Yeah,
doing a little too much
and
work.
again, and this was back in me getting back into drawing, like, and stuff like that, and it was just bad. But it was like great. I kept doing it, but that's only because like my friend Mari like encouraged me. But that's also where I met like some of my friends. Like I met Gaki, I met Key, and I met Tim, Vonner, and stuff like that. They were really supportive. My stuff was like so shitty, and they
Really?
were so nice. Yes, it like I don't even want to look at my older stuff. Like, because again, that's when I was like rusty and I got back into it. I feel like I didn't even know what I was doing because I didn't draw for like 4 years, and then I did it again. I'm like, what the fuck am I even looking at? This looks terrible.
Did you?
And
Did you
oh,
ever?
the whole donut.
Oh, what'd you say? What'd you say?
Also, I'm looking at the donut.
Oh, you like
gonna
a
draw
little
homer
donut?
next
I know. I used to.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little homer.
I like a little donut. You know that donut is I like stolen from. I used to draw that because of like Odd Future. They had that like donut that they would put on their shirts and
Oh,
shit. And I was like,
really?
oh, I really like that donut. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Definitely the first time that I drew a donut was like through the. It was taught by Odd Future. What was what were we just talking about? Oh, we were talking about
Oh, this is my first convention. Yeah. It was good though. Like I did it again. It
well,
was,
yeah.
like,
Did you feel like
nerve-wracking.
was the second one better? Like, did you feel like?
Oh, the second one was way better. It's like Anime Midwest, I think, was the other one. Again, that was like another one. What does Homer even look like?
I was
He's got like I think I made his head too coney. Like,
wait here. Why don't we make a new sheet here? How do you feel about that?
second, I gotta make this Homer really
Okay,
quick.
finish.
I'm trying.
Okay,
really
finish your
hard.
Homer. I'm because I wanted to draw Homer too, but I don't even know where to smush him in here. Let me see.
Yeah, we'll draw a new one. Let's just draw Homer fan art.
Oh yeah, that's what I was
Hide
thinking.
behind
I'm
that.
gonna draw some. I'll draw Bart probably. Let me send you the new link.
Let's go.
The who do you feel like are one of your early wait a minute, early inspirations when you started drawing?
Oh, one of my early. I would say someone that really inspired me in my stuff. I love Little Thunder. Her stuff is amazing. Like
Little
the amount
Thunder.
she like paints and draws is insane. She's so fast and her stuff
Hmm.
is so fluid. Like I absolutely love her stuff. Like
Wait, I kind of want to pull that up. Like, if
um
I just Google Little Thunder, will that show up? Let's see.
she'll pop up.
Oh
She's
yeah. Oh, I see. Okay,
pretty
yeah. I
big.
actually
Yeah.
recognize this Little Thunder. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is awesome. Yeah, I totally see inspo here too. That's awesome.
Yeah, like I just love girls living their life. That's
Very
basically it.
cool.
Just going the day by day. Like I absolutely love them. Two Draws. I love Two Draws a lot.
Mm.
They're also one of my big inspirations. I love their work.
Wait, say that name again?
Two Draws. CH is zero zero CH OO, then draws. Two Draws. Their stuff is amazing.
Chew Draws. I got you here. Chew Draws. Oh yeah, this is fresh. Also love the like sort of what would you call this? It's not a monotone color palette, but there's like a
Yeah, it's a very distinct palette. Like when
very
you see
distinct
their
palette.
stuff, you know it's theirs. Like I love what they do with skin tones. It's always like a pinky kind of
Very
color,
fresh, yeah.
or like it's really nice. I love their scenes. Their stuff is like always really haunting. Like
Hmm.
they do like really nice little horror scenes and stuff like that. And I'd say my other big one who I love is Banshee, but I'd say Sayos would be like my top three that I love.
Uh, dude, these are awesome. These are awesome
I
artists.
know, right?
Yeah, I really like this stuff. This is something that I'm not very good at. So when I see other artists that do it really well, is like drawing, like really good background drawing,
Oh my God, it's so freaking good.
like
It's just
buildings,
like
windows, like things like that.
my eyes are eating good right now. They look so good.
Yeah, that was
And it's never anything crazy.
I know,
Like they
no, it's
have
like
like a decent space.
but that's honestly something that ties together drawings a lot of the time, and actually there it's something that I try to keep in mind occasionally when I'm drawing is like when you include something that's like a little bit extra that okay, I watched R. Crumb, the you know who that is?
Mm-hmm.
There's a documentary about him which is phenomenal. He's the dude is like a maniac. I mean, he's a phenomenal artist, but he's also like one of the most famous creeps of all time, basically. But just an
Yeah.
incredible artist. And there's a documentary about him called. It's about him and his two brothers who are also artists who never hit celebrity the same way as he did, but are like phenomenal artists in their own
Oh,
right. And it's called Crumb, and what's crazy is
wow.
that all of them are like kind of these. They're like almost like guys that grew up in this hippie culture, but they were all total misfits, like not hippies by definition, but they all speak very frankly and openly about their childhood and like their like trauma and sexual deviancies and like they just tap really quickly into their like id, like this really dark side of their like personality, and they talk about it like they're like talking about what they had for lunch, like all of them. And it's an amazing documentary, and it's interesting if you're an artist, an illustrator. Well, first of all, I'd recommend it to you, Bottling Sunshine, but anybody who's like an artist or illustrator, or just somebody, if you just want to watch a good documentary and you're interested, watch this movie Crumb. I swear to God, changed my life. And one of the things that he talks about in that, like very offhandedly, is one of the things that he likes to draw are these like he'll have full pages of his sketchbooks that are him drawing just like telephone lines and generators, and like he would like pull up a magazine, or like he has these like photos of just the streets of like Los Angeles, or like like Sacramento, and he
Mm-hmm.
specifically practices drawing these like ugly things that are designed to be canceled out by the human eye. You know what I mean? Like there are those big things that you see in the skyline that are just like, is that a generator? Is that a telephone wire? Is that an electrical box? Like your mind cancels it out, but he specifically like practices drawing them, and he includes them in his drawings because it adds and this sort of like hard to place like like grittiness or darkness or like realness to the artwork. And let me see if I can. I
Well,
don't
it's like
know
what you're seeing in your everyday, and he's capturing that 'cause this is stuff you normally like gloss over. But I feel like
exactly.
that's what makes it like so like organic and like so real. And I don't
Yes,
know, you just feel stuff like that, and that's
it
awesome.
absolutely makes it feel real. Here, like, I'm trying to find like an example of the stuff that he draws here, but
Like looking at the poster for this movie, and it looks wild. This looks
it, dude,
really
the poster.
cool.
It's like, isn't it like a girl that's like standing on him or something
Yes,
like that?
I'm obsessed with this poster right now.
I
This is so
really
good.
I would really encourage you to watch it. And part of it is that because like his whole thing, like as pictured right here and what I have on stream right now, is that he just draws these like insanely, almost like ludicrously stacked, like thick women, basically. That's like his like signature thing that appears in all of his
I know.
comics. And he often self inserts himself as this like creepy, like like sort of mealy man. And like and but his actual technique is so incredible, but also the way that he like talks about it and why he draws stuff like that. I think there's like a lot behind it that he was criticized, as you know, a lot of like controversial artists are in his time,
Hmm.
for drawing things, for being a misogynist, for being this and that, and maybe he is, but it's also like, you know, it's also, if you want to look at it analytically, there's something like interesting, like why would this artist choose to like you know, continue drawing this type of material like
No,
constantly. And
exactly. Because the thing is, like, what are we drawing for anyway, and why do we draw the way we draw? There's a reason. You're
there's a
not just
reason.
doing it to do it. Like,
Yes,
there's like a connection for you in some way. Like, I'm sure you draw certain things for a reason. Like, that's why you draw them.
absolutely. And I think, and what that movie I think explores really well with like in the movie Crumb, is that so much of that, so much of your interests, but especially as an artist, well, so much of your interests as a person in general are decided through your childhood. You know what I mean? Like you don't even
Hmm.
realize that you're like all types of your preferences through your expression pretty much happened to you as a child. And that documentary, like they're all talking very frankly about their childhood, so it's like there's a very clear line to draw. But it's actually interesting, I think, for any artist to watch, because a lot of what you're drawing as an artist, like especially as an artist, it's your job to project the images in your mind onto a piece of paper. And a lot of that stuff, the further that you can tap into that id, like your true honest primal self, the weirder but also the more unique your art will be. uh, it's kind of an interesting thought to explore. And I know, actually, I asked you this before we were streaming, like a few weeks ago when you were in the chat on my stream. But I would love to ask you again, because I think we have more viewers that are here for you. Is do you want to talk about maybe? I remember what you said, but
Oh,
uh,
is it the first thing I drew
the
that I was
first
proud
thing,
of?
yes, the
Edit.
first thing
Oh
that you
God,
drew.
it's so embarrassing, Chad. I don't want you to light me up. And
No,
by
but
the
I think
way,
it's
keep in
interesting.
mind. No, I'm gonna preface that by saying this. I had to have been 12 when I drew this. Okay, 12, you guys. Keep in mind, it's fine and it's cool because I was 12. But I was super big into like Inuyasha and stuff like that, and I had a huge crush on Kagome. So
Okay.
I'm gonna say what it was first, and then I'll give it context on why I drew it and why I was proud of it. But it was basically Kagome, and she, you know how they always, if you watch Inuyasha, they have like these hot spring scenes where she's like just like sitting in there and thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And
Wait, let me look up. How do you spell her name again so I can get a visual?
that's it. Kagome, Kagome.
Okay.
And I learned that I love Sango and Kagura more. I was basic when I was young, but
Nice.
I drew her and she was naked, but not bad. It
Woo!
wasn't bad. I was I was practicing anatomy, like anatomy. Don't say anime and anatomy. And I drew her, and her boobies were showing, but she was in the hot spring. And
That's
I had
awesome.
her looking down, and she was crying because that fucking Inuyasha going back to Kikyo. How dare he? But I was saying earlier, like a lot of my work is like I'd like to say like emotional and going over stuff. So just like having that solitude moment and the
Yeah.
like, because when you're having a bad time, it's very personal. Like that's the time you get to think and consider, and that's what I felt for her. She was thinking and considering her situation and stuff like that,
Well,
and how she felt
I,
about who she cared about.
yeah, and I think that's so interesting, and I think especially now talking to you now, and what we were talking about with you. Oh, also we have Mr. Universe Squid is requesting that you recreate the drawing for us.
Oh, recreate? Can I even remember this?
Minus the nudity.
Oh, minus the nudity. It will not be nude. I want to also preface with saying I hid the drawing too because it was nude from my mom. I put it in my closet in my hamper. I took the clothes out, put them at the bottom of the hamper
Oh
because
my
I did my
god.
own laundry. But I think my mom wanted to do my laundry for like the first time in work forever. And so when she did it, I was at school. She found it, and she was like, "What is this?" And all
Wow.
she saw was tits. That's all she saw.
There you
No, it
go.
wasn't. No, I remember she had like a hint of tit, but her ass crack was in the back, so I had her looking backwards. I
Oh.
remember now.
Oh my god.
And so it had, and I gave her like a fat ass. I don't know why, but
Damn. That's
it was
crazy.
weird. I was, but
That's crazy. Do you ever still get like a dull anxiety while you're drawing because of that experience that you had as a child that your first drawing was confiscated by your mom?
I hid all my drawings from my mom at that point because she was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "But it was anatomy."
But it was anatomy. You don't understand.
Anything. I will say, she didn't believe me because I tried to use that excuse before when I literally drew like porn when I was a kid.
Dude, that's
It
crazy.
didn't fly.
Well, that I think that's actually kind of interesting because you don't draw like lewd drawings. I mean, well,
Yeah, I
not that
don't
I know
post
of.
any of my lewd drawings. I don't post any of my
Oh,
lewd drawings
got
because I
it.
don't draw that many. But I do have my own little things. Like I have like little doodles and stuff.
Got it.
Uh,
Heard.
I don't post them. It feels like one of those weird things. Like I feel like I couldn't put them on my main. Essentially, is what it feels like. Because I'm like, I feel like it'd
Interesting.
be out of like left field. I'm like so, what's this now?
Your current
Well, maybe-
drawings are like, I mean, you're right. What you were just saying is very true, and I think, and I was thinking this again as you were describing your Kagome drawing is like, your drawings still are very expressive and vulnerable and like and emotive.
Yeah, like I'm never just doing like sex or anything. Like I'm never just doing something like that. Like I use nudity as like a device. Oh, one second. Looks like you haven't. Oh, sorry. I'm like reading the thing right now.
Oh, that's
But yeah,
okay.
like I use it as like a thingy, or it like contributes to the narrative. But no, I draw dirty stuff
Did
in my spare time too.
damn girl. All right. I mean that.
Whoa.
That's good to know. Well, I do know. I do know that there are some like somebody said it's like the scene with Jonah Hill from Superbad. Do you know that scene where he's just drawing
Yeah.
giant dicks like all the time?
Yeah.
It's literally that, but you're drawing Kagome.
Well, okay, I'm trying to remember. Like, I'm just gonna do like a little kind of like gestury thing of what it was, because like I had her like looking down. I think I had like her little dewy tears,
Okay.
and then I had like, and then what does Kagome even look like? And then she was like, "Oh my God, Inuyasha, why would you not love me?"
First of all, I
Wait.
cannot believe how good this drawing is. Like right out the gate, this is like better than anything I can draw. You just drew that in like 2
Oh, but I
seconds.
gave her like, oh, I can't give her the honkers. Never mind. I can't like. We'll say she's wearing a bikini. Let's do
Okay,
the
a
bikini
bikini.
first.
Okay, bikini version.
And I will say
You
I
could
did
show a
take
little
some
ass
liberties.
crack. I think you could show us a little
Yeah,
ass
I
crack.
can show. I will say, I remember I did take liberties, so the honkers were bigger than
That's
they
awesome.
were really big.
Okay.
And one second, little ass.
Maybe I should just wait, hang on a sec.
It was like it wasn't like obscenely big. I'm like remembering it as
Dang,
like
that's
being
a
obscenely big.
that's
I'm
a
like, this
juicy
bitch is
one
like
though.
supposed to be 15. That's the problem.
Oh that ain't good. All right, let it
Yeah,
go on
once
record. I don't know. I
no, no, no.
literally.
Like, we put underwear on. We have underwear on, and right now in this drawing, she is 21. She just had a great night drinking. Her boyfriend cheated on her. It's fine. Everyone's
Dang,
fine.
everyone's fine. Wow. So this is roughly what the drawing looked
And
like
then
back
she,
when you.
yeah, but imagine like titty and butt, but then there was like water around her, like, 'cause she was
Dang.
like contemplating, and there was like rocks and stuff. I had some environment going on too.
Oh
I
my
had like
God.
rocks. And this was like the first, I think it was something like this. And this was like the first, is he just looking? What's he looking at? Like,
Yeah, it's like I moved his I like moved his pupils like slightly down just so he could like.
he's just like,
Wait, let me see if I can. Hang on.
oh my God, her boobs are so heavy in here. What is
That's
this?
awesome.
It's too
She's like
big.
she's
But
like
it
one
was
of those
so
AI girls.
oh my God, I love those big giant fucking titties for the AI. Like, it's obscene what they do. Like,
It's
I like when they have like boobs stacked on top of boobs, like in the early AI days,
Dude,
like
it's
earlier in the.
hilarious. It's also really funny that like it actually kind of feels like all of the discourse about AI has like come and gone already. I mean, I barely see people still uh like still talking about it, and I think part of it is just because well, first of all, people have moved on to more important things most likely, but also like I don't know. I think people just were like I think people realized that like you get to a point with the argument with like artists where it's like I saw so many artists that were like I can't believe people are you guys are all using AI, like they're taking our jobs, like it's so Jover for all of us. And then I think finally every other artist that actually had a brain on their head was basically like I'm not gonna stop drawing because of this like stupid shit. Like you guys can, I didn't have a job to begin with. You know what I mean? Like what does it matter to me? Like that's how I feel at least. Like I literally was like, and you were the same way. We were both just like fuck a job. You know what I mean? Like
It's
just
just
like
like fuck. Because I understand this. Like, I understand like the fear, like whatever. But my thing is like, people have been drawing forever. There's always been a thing. We're gonna keep drawing now. Like, why would you let this hold you back?
it's
And
true.
again, there is like, and I know like, I never want to like minimize like anyone's feelings on it because there are some like because I understand like the fear, but at the same time, if you let this inhibit you, then like don't you feel like they're like quote unquote like winning then if this is keeping you
A
from
hundred
drawing?
percent. A
Like,
hundred percent.
that's the thing that bothers me because people can bitch and moan and they can keep drawing like whatever, but as soon as you're just like, well, it's over. There's no point. Why would I do any of this? I'm just like, why are you drawing in the first place? Like
Yeah.
why are you here? Like, what
Why?
are you drawing for?
And
That's
it
what bothers me
And
a bit.
before AI, there was already like 1,001 reasons to not pursue a career as an artist. It's part of the reason I waited until I was fucking like 27 to actually like throw myself into the art thing. You know what I mean? Like, what was I thinking with that shit?
Exactly. My
Like,
dad wouldn't support me in my art college because he said I was gonna be broke forever. I'm like, what changed?
dude,
Like,
dude, I know. It's like
like
I honestly like I don't even know if I was necessary. I wasn't discouraged by my parents but I just was like I had so many adults in my life basically just like it's really hard to make money as an artist and like you should probably have a fallback and all this stupid crap. And I'm like, dude, wasted at least 15 years of my life, like just like you know what I mean,
no, like
avoiding the inevitable.
exactly.
And it's just
It's
stupid.
so dumb. Like, and like, why would you like? I don't know. People love. I don't like. They love discouraging each other, or
Oh,
they
it's
get into these
so
like weird
true.
mentalities. I'm like, what are you doing? Because again, don't want to minimize your fears. I know it sucks. You put all your time in your work, and someone just like shits out a thing. But I don't even think they. I see it. I don't even think it looks good. I
No.
don't know. Maybe it'll change. Maybe it'll look like the Sistine Chapel. Who fucking knows? But at the end of the day, like. What are we creating for? I know I'm not gonna stop. Why would you stop? Oh, this is Inuyasha, by the way.
Oh,
This is
is
who
that?
she was crying
Oh,
about.
that's she
That's
was crying about. I
Inuyasha.
like that you made him look like
That's,
how I would draw him in the
I hate
yearbook.
Inuyasha.
That's
I hate
hilarious.
him.
It's so funny. I honestly know
He
nothing
sucks.
about this show. I don't know anything about this show that you're talking about.
It's fine. It's nostalgic for me. It's
I
fine.
mean,
It's just
I believe you
Inuyasha.
that it's a good show. I mean, clearly it
It's like
was.
I wouldn't even say it's good. I'm saying I like it because like when I was a kid, I loved it. I want to fix your little butt. There we go.
Um,
But it's just drama.
it's
Kagome
just
and Inuyasha
drama.
don't kiss even in the main series. They only kiss in the second movie. Y'all
Really?
know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Fuck off.
Dude, that's fucked. That's fucked. But look, it got it. Look, the emotion that the show gave you brought us like some incredible art, so it was all worth it, right?
I know. It gave me a fat ass and huge tits.
Yeah,
That's what it
exactly.
gave me. And that's what I took away from it.
Exactly,
Exactly,
dude.
yes.
Yeah, that.
But yeah, the only time I've seen like AI art come up in my feed at this point, do you know Shad or whatever his name is?
Oh, the
He's
porn
like the
artist.
sword bro. Yeah, no, no, not that Shad. This is that's a whole nother can of
Oh, who are you
worms.
talking
The
about?
Shad red. No, it's this dude. Do you know Jazza Draws or whatever? Do you know
Mm,
him? Like he was like a big like artist on YouTube, and he has this brother named Shad who's like a sword bro. Like he's like literally like the Fedora but with sword guy. Like you know those like
okay,
historical weirdos.
sure.
And he's been using like AI and stuff, and I feel like he's just rage baiting at this point because it doesn't look good, but he gets like so much engagement off of it. And I feel like with people, if you just stop talking about the AI or whatever, they're just gonna like fizzle out more. Like I don't know, like
I
all the
mean,
quote tweeting, like
yeah.
I don't know, because they're like dunking on him, but I feel like he knows he's bad, and we all know he's bad, and they're
Mm-hmm.
just like jerking each other off in the Can I say that on Twitch? They're just like
Yeah.
hugging each other in the comments, like over like all the AI art and stuff.
Well,
Like,
I've
and
pointed.
I don't know.
I've already pointed this out. But like, because I think I said this on. I had. It's so funny that like I will literally be toiling over a comic for like a really long time, and it'll, get like a certain amount of likes, and then I'll like, literally tweet like I'll literally tweet one word, and it'll get like fucking 60,000 likes, and that happened when I like there was some AI guy that was saying that he was able to AI generate comics now or something, and he was like, "This is the future of comics," and this whole thread about like, "Here's what I did. Here are the prompts that I," and I just quote tweeted it, and I just said, "Dumbass," like that's all I said, and like. And it literally got like 60,000 likes, and like I was like, dude, what the fuck, man? Like, why this? But I pointed out, like, I think the stream that happened right after that, I pointed out that like that guy that I responded to, is just I think they're just bots. Like, I really do think that a lot of the accounts that are
Yeah.
tweeting about AI like relentlessly are themselves just robots because they don't respond to any negative criticism. They don't engage with anything. All of their stuff is like perfectly punctuated and like looks like a chat GPT input, and I'm like,
Like no one would talk like this. Like no one would like say like it just feels no, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm
yeah,
trying to draw Shippo right now, guys, so
this
please
is
don't judge
great.
me.
You're
I'm
very
trying
good
to
at
do this from memory. This
it,
is like ugh, I don't ever do fan art. Like I don't know, that's just something I'm not into. But like I watch like a shit ton of stuff and I'm trying to like remember.
this is good.
Like that's one of the reasons why like I just draw like my own. Why did I give Shippo cleavage? No, it wasn't. That's why because it was part of the kimono. Sorry, Shippo's a child, so I thought it was weird for a second. I remember what I was doing.
Okay. Here, I'm gonna draw Bart Simpson from memory. This is
Oh my God, Shippo's like the Bart for Inuyasha. He's like their Bart Simpson. Let me put him on a
something. This
skateboard.
doesn't quite seem right. I feel like
Now he's on a skateboard.
this is like we have Bart Simpson at home.
What the That's just like Bart.
don't
That's
don't have a cow, man. Do not have a
don't
cow.
no, don't have it wouldn't be don't have a cow. It has to be like off brand, like
Do
don't
not
have an ox.
do not have a horse.
Don't do not have a horse. There we go.
Do not have a horse, man. Okay, let me do this here. Yeah, you know what? I have people asking me all the time, like, how do you draw smooth lines? Like, that's one of the questions that I feel like I get a lot in chat. But I feel like I'm about to hit you with that question because how the hell is your line work this good, bro?
My line work.
Look at your line work and look at my
No,
line work. All right, just do that side by
I
side.
no.
Like,
Yours is good. Yours
don't
has
even
so much
tell me.
character and feeling, and I feel like I can see like it's like a fine wine. I can see where you were this morning when I see your line work.
You think
I can see
so?
what you were eating, what you were thinking.
Oh
It's
boy, I
gorgeous.
don't know.
Evocative.
Let's see. Somebody said the nose and the eyes are too far apart on my thing.
I think it's perfect.
Oh,
I
here
just love
actually,
those facial
I actually
expressions.
think they might have
The
had a
nose is
point.
just brought down.
Wait, what?
No, you're right about the bird. It's just really weird. You have the nose
There's
just like
something like
underneath.
not quite right. Yeah, I know. It's like, what is
You're not
that?
hitting the Bart. I don't know what it is.
There's
You're
something.
like so close to Bart,
There's
and you're just
something about. I feel like there's like certain like. It's funny how hard it is to draw really iconic characters.
one
that you've seen
second.
on
Let me
other
try.
times.
Let me see. Can I draw Bart? How do I?
Try
I'm trying to
Homer.
draw him from memory. I feel like Homer's easier. He's just very smooth.
He has. I know he has like a separate thing
Are they
and
like
an ear, and then I think it's
no?
like that. Is that it?
Like how close
I think that's Homer.
is this? No, like I can't because like his lip doesn't. No, he's got like tiny lip, right?
Wait, what?
I'm trying to I'm trying to pull out a heart right
Your
now.
Bart is way. Oh, please don't lie. I know you're looking at a reference right now. Are you looking at a reference?
No, I used to watch Simpsons with my dad like all the time when I was younger. I
How the
haven't
hell
watched
is that?
Simpsons in forever.
How is your Bart that good? Okay, I'm gonna try. What's a cartoon character that you know? Which one I can draw from memory is SpongeBob, SpoonBob.
Is this Bart? Are there ears up? You were so nice to me, by the way.
Who,
Thank
me?
you. Appreciate it. Yes.
I, I do genuinely think you were looking at a reference for that. Let's see here.
You can assume whatever you want.
Here, this is my SpongeBob. Do that.
Are you looking at a reference for SpongeBob?
No, I swear to God, this was like one of my party tricks.
You
Like
can draw SpongeBob.
At-
I can't draw SpongeBob.
as like a child, like when people wanted me to like, they would be like, oh, you're an artist, you can draw. Like, draw me something. I actually taught myself to draw SpongeBob because it was like an easy thing that people found to be like sort of impressive. And like, even though I don't really believe this is like quite accurate, like I've got all the beats down basically. He's got the,
Wait, does he have a chin?
Huh? Does he have a chin?
Does he have a chin?
Whoops. SpongeBob has this little like under lip thing, this like little squiggle. Oh, yours actually looks better than mine. Wait.
How? What are you talking
There's
about?
something not quite right about mine.
Yours is better than mine. I feel like
Dude, I also like that your Bart has like intersected. It's like my old creepy old man was staring at your Kagome, and then Bart like stood in front, like do not have a cow, like just stood right in front to block. Now they're looking at each other.
okay.
That's good.
I'm gonna try another crack at this Homer because I don't like my Homer from
Okay,
before.
I'm gonna try one more thing. Oh, dude, do you have D&D?
Oh fuck! I do this.
Do you have to go? This is
Okay, wait, one second. Let me get this Homer. Let
okay.
me get
Draw
this
your
Homer.
Homer. Draw your Homer. I'm like I don't think I've ever watched anything with so much like
Is this Homer?
yeah
I feel he has
yeah.
the exact same expression as Bart.
That looks like kind of like cute Homer, honestly. You know what? Can I show you something really quick? This is what it reminded me of.
Please.
I don't know where this book is. It's probably somewhere in my parents' house now. But I had this really dope book that was called Bart Kira, which was literally like a bunch of. It was like a bunch of artists that were making fan art that was combination Simpsons Akira, and like. Or Akira?
I didn't know if what you said was like right or not.
Yes.
Are you Amy, what is this?
This is the cover of the book. It's this like crazy home. Oh fuck, man, I can't get it. I don't know why this isn't working, but it's this like crazy Homer, like exploding Akira thing, and then like it's actually like a bunch of like
Yeah.
it's like a bunch of iconic scenes from Akira, but like not in any chronological order, and they're all replaced with like Simpsons characters, and it's drawn by like several artists like that all took on like a different chapter of it. It is
I
such
love
a
that Millhouse.
fresh.
Oh my God, that Millhouse
I
is
know the
amazing.
Millhouse is so sick, and
Is this an actual book or like
it's
is this an art book
it's not
or
the full thing. It's like an art book that's like fairly short, but it has some very cool art in it, like this one for example. Like just
I
like
want to get this for my dad. He has no
dude,
idea what Akira is, but he loves The
he will
Simpsons.
absolutely love it. It's very fresh fan art and like a lot of different styles, and it made me just think of it while we were drawing the thing. Oh, this one was like this is
Right.
the hardcover is what it looks like. Uh, Yeah, super fucking cool. Really cool book. They had it at I had this comic store near me that had it like on shelves there, and I literally bought it because I love Akira. I still love it. And oh, somebody says it was
Here's amazing.
oh, Sefko said it was an animation project too, apparently.
Yo, that's so
Dude, that
cool.
is really cool. I didn't know about that, but yeah, very
That's
very fresh
amazing.
book. Uh,
Wait, does Bart have eyebrows? I added eyebrows.
oh
Is
yeah,
this
and
right?
that looks right. Wait, let me look back at this. He doesn't
Wait, does he have
really.
eyebrows though? Do
He
any of them have
doesn't
eyebrows?
really. No, it's like the skin of their
They have like the
brow.
brow ridges. They have like brow ridges, if I
Yeah,
remember correctly.
you're right. You're
But they
right.
don't actually have eyebrows, do they?
Oh, his face is actually
But they don't have
more. They
eyebrows.
don't have eyebrows. Millhouse has eyebrows. They're actually he has a more rectangular head than I was drawing. Like I was giving him
It's
this weird
only taught
chin.
me that white people in this show don't have eyebrows. That's all
Is
it
that
taught me.
true? Everybody else
I
has
don't
it.
know. It just feels like it because I'm like, I think it's freaking.
Wait,
I don't know.
I actually think I might have it this time.
Wait, get it?
That looks closer to
I
Bart.
It looks closer because the thing that makes a Bart is the fact that their lips, like, I think they go back. Like, you see his thing, like, they're, like, right there and it goes into his neck.
Dude,
Like,
that is yeah. This
that's got,
one
like, that's got more Bart energy. The first one you did is my new profile picture.
that one
That's all
is
that.
fucking awesome. I don't know.
That,
That one
that's a
like
good Bart.
there actually
It's my
is
favorite.
there is something beautiful about just like having to totally draw something from memory because it's like there's a piece of me in this drawing that I can't quite explain that I had to like project onto what I thought. There's a part of my brain that looks like this basically when I think about Bart Simpson. That's like where I got. That's how
I'm
I
just
got
gonna
it.
know that that's been inside you the whole time. That's
It's been
you.
within
Who
all of
you
us
are.
here. Main Game Boy says, do you have an Akira DVD? No, I would love to own that on DVD. That's like something that you like put in your collection. But that movie's fucking amazing. I actually want to say I've only ever watched it on the like periodically it gets posted to YouTube like in full with like dubs, and it'll be up for like 2 weeks at a time and then get like removed automatically from YouTube. I don't know if something's changed since then, but that's like the only time that I've watched Akira. But twice I've watched it like that. And then
Akira's so good.
Yellow Swag Studios says draw Hot Marge.
I want to try drawing a hot march. I know I should go right now, but I'm having too much
I
fun.
know, I'm
sorry,
having
my
fun
friend.
too. Why don't we draw Hot Marge? I'll draw something over here too. Let me see what I can do. Do you have a 4K DVD player or just a normal DVD player? I'm gonna say normal because it would just be the old one that I have, which I don't believe is 4K.
They all just have like the same face. Is that what it is? Because it's just like lip and then like, but like she's got like eyelashes. That's how you know she's a lady.
Oh hell yeah. Oh March. She's already looking good, honestly.
Do and then.
Do you ever wonder if the
Well, I wanted to look happy.
oh that shit looks
Wait,
good.
sultry.
Oh, that's sultry.
There we
That's
go.
very sultry. Do you ever wonder if like the
Sultry.
voice actor for Marge like regretted doing that voice in the beginning because it's like very like straining and like difficult to recreate?
Yeah, I would have fucking shot my voice. I would quit. Like,
I
why?
always wonder that when like voice actors are doing like crazy. Oh my god, Jasmine, this is getting crazy, dude.
I told you I don't post this shit on Maine, okay? I don't post it anywhere.
Damn.
Yeah, person hits.
Kind of feeling like you should start posting this stuff.
I'll make like a private. I'll make like a personal Twitter and y'all can try and find me.
Dude, hell yeah. Zach is saying that we need you on Cold Cuts. Would you oblige to that?
I would love to be on Cold Cut.
I just saw that.
Freaking, I'll be like the most lackluster guest you've had because you've had like freaking Adam and the Skinamarink man.
Oh, dude, no. I mean, those guys are super cool, but we would love to have you, dude. We would love to have you on. We have a bunch of people that are like, you know, friends of the pod, and also don't sell yourself short. You're fucking awesome. But you've already established yourself as like a friend of the podcast without having been on the podcast. So we're gonna get you guys.
Y'all
We're
are
gonna get
so
you.
sweet. I also want to say, Zach, in the chat, I love your stuff, and I think I told you this before, but I only found you because of Keffels trying to take down like kiwi farms, and your comics for
Oh
that
my
were
God,
cracking me
bro.
up. It was the Cowboy Ranch one that I was freaking rolling at. It was so good. Like, I love your stuff.
Oh, dude. Dude. You were super talented, Jasmine, and yeah, we got to just get you on an episode for sure. That'd be really fun. And also, I think, especially because you are like, I think every artist who like navigates the internet space, basically, who has like made a career out of it online, we all, I think, share like a mutual bond. We've all been through like basically like warfare together. Like you have to deal with so much bullshit in that, and so like it's always
really
interesting to like debrief and talk about it. Oh, let me ask you this: what's the next convention you're going to?
Oh my God, not one for a fucking while. I'm done for this year. Originally, I was gonna go to like Anime NYC in New York, but I think the next one, it's not gonna be OhioCon because there's drama with that one.
What's the drama?
Probably, basically, a lot of the volunteers tried to unionize, and the owners didn't like that, so a bunch of staff ended up walking and quitting.
Whoa.
And yeah, it's a really nice convention. It's one of my favorites. It's a convention that only allows original art, like no fan art, and that's my bread and butter.
Oh, that's interesting.
And the people are just so sweet, and they're so amazing. And the con was like super cool. Like the volunteers are what make it happen. I don't know if you guys go to cons and everything, but the people that make it run are the volunteers. And the only thing they get for the weekend is a badge, like a paid for badge, and maybe a couple snackies over the weekend. They don't get paid for the hours of work they get put into it.
Wow.
And so they tried to unionize, and those fat cats at the top basically said no, and they had negotiation and talks, and it didn't go well. And it might be on this year, but I don't feel right going.
Damn.
I feel like I'm technically crossing a picket line if I went, and I'm not that kind of person.
Yeah, I
so
kinda get that.
just not. And I'm in a fortunate position where I can skip shows and stuff like that because, like, I'm fine. Like, I'll be fine financially.
I feel that.
But yeah.
Well,
So it's probably just going to be Anime Milwaukee.
You're going to Milwaukee? When's that?
Oh, that if I get accepted, it should be accepted. It's going to be in February in Milwaukee.
Whoa! Oh, it's gonna be
It's fun.
fucking
I love-
freezing. That's,
Oh God, yes. Like, I'm glad I have like my friend Tim lives up there, so I'm just going to end up staying with him for the weekend. So that'll be good.
That's awesome. My cousin just got married. He lives in Milwaukee, and
Oh, what?
it was the first time that I visited, and I was like, first of all, it was in like June or July, so it was like I was like astounded at how gorgeous that city is. First of all, it's just like the weather was
It's
perfect
really
at the
pretty.
time, but it's like,
Next to the lake.
oh my
Great.
God, it's so clean. It's so like I was like, oh my God, and it's actually like a vibe. There's like good food and stuff to do. Yeah, it was pretty. Somebody just said, as a DM, I am offended right now. That's not your dungeon master? I hope.
I feel bad because I love Austin. They're like amazing. They're like I love them very much. They're a fantastic DM, and I'm a terrible player. They live like 5 minutes away.
Who's your character in DM in
Oh,
Dungeons and Dragons? Is that the right word for it?
I mean, in the Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, in the
my
Dungeons and
character's name is Dahlia, and they're a dwarf. I might post a little picture of them on my Twitter or something. I posted my stories on my Insta, but they're a dwarf. Their name is Dahlia. Roseforge, and they're a huge bitch.
Oh hell yeah.
They're a noble. I love this. I hope no one's in the chat, but they're like lawful evil, so I'm gonna be playing the whole time. I'm gonna see if I can get any of my
Oh,
party
that's
members killed.
so sick. I love that. Oh, dude, we
I
have we
love
have
it's so
Conyer.
good.
We have Conyer in the chat.
Conyer, is that Conyer? The
Go!
Conyer? Whoa!
Speaking of
I
lawful
can't leave
evil,
now. Are you kidding me? This
I
isn't
know
fair.
the actual goats in the chat right now. It's so funny playing. I've only ever played Dungeons and Dragons one time, and we didn't even finish the campaign because there was some like drama that happened within the friend group that was playing, which sucks because it was my buddy, my close friend. My close friend was DMing, and he did such a good job, like he like setting up like the world and the story for us to do, and was just like crushing it for his first time as like a dungeon master. And we didn't get to see through the whole thing, but he told me like how he was planning on like playing out the rest of the thing, and I was like, oh, that's so fucking sick. But he said he wouldn't DM again because it's just too much work, which I understand. I think
It
it
is
is
a
a
lot of
lot.
work. That's fair.
Yeah, but
I personally love DMing. I think it's really
oh,
fun.
you've done it?
Yeah, I've done it before. I want to do it again. I absolutely love DMing. It's so much fun watching people try to overcome a challenge in the stupidest, most roundabout, idiotic way possible. I
Yeah,
do enjoy. If
yeah.
my table's having fun, I'm having a great time.
Hmm.
Even if we spend a little bit too long on something.
There was this really funny bit that we had during our like during one of the quests that we were on or something, where one of the guys in my party, who I was actually was the kid that I was playing the video game with, Nick. I was just playing Lethal Company with him. He was the only one in the group of us besides the DM who had actually played Dungeons and Dragons before, so he was a little bit more like emboldened this time around while we were playing, and he picked like a chaotic neutral character, I think, like to join us, and which is just so ridiculous, and it's also very like in line with him, and we like were like Kyle, the art my dungeon master had set us on this whole quest. Like he put us in touch with this like old man that was like, oh, I lost my magic hat, like, you know, it's somewhere. I believe that a goblin ran off with it like in a cave that was next to this village that we were passing through. He was like, I can offer you all these riches and stuff like that if you go retrieve my magic hat. It's in this cave. Be warned, it's very dangerous, but if you would like to do it, I'll pay you such and such amount of money. And we were like, okay, sure, we'll go do it. And he was like, okay, amazing, but be warned, my one rule: under no circumstances may you put on the hat. Like, do not, under any circumstance, wear the hat. Like, go get it for me, bring it back, I'll pay you all the money in the world. Do not put on the hat. And we were all like, okay, no problem, no problem. And we decide that, and so the entire session, like it was like a 4 hour long session that we were like now traversing this cave, which Kyle, our DM, I think he had like really overestimated what our like sort of power level was as a group, and because of the monsters that he had put in this cave that were like guarding the
Oh
back end, it
no.
was extremely treacherous. Like one of the guys almost died, and like there like it
No.
was really bad. Like we were really beat down by the end. We had like nothing left, like totally beat down, and we finally got through, like defeated this goblin king who had stolen the hat at the end of the cave, and we were done. And Nick, his character, he was like, I quietly dust myself off and I put on the hat, and we were all like, no. And he immediately put on the hat, and he was turned into a little baby. It like reverse aged him into a baby, and we were like, fuck. And he was then a baby, like couldn't do anything for like the next like 3 sessions, like until we like were found something to like reverse the spell. And it was just like, but it like playing with somebody who's either like lawful evil or like a chaotic like neutral character is just like so fucking funny. Like that whole bit was like, that was like a standout moment, and I want to play D&D again so bad, but like it's a huge commitment. It's a time commitment,
It is a big
a
commitment.
lot of
That's why I
energy.
know our team, like we only do like every other week. Like
Yeah.
it's a lot of time and energy and planning.
It's a lot of planning. The character creation part is admittedly probably my favorite part. Like I had a ton of fun like drawing my character, and also at the time I'd have to find these drawings because they're, this was years, this was before Beetlemouse, this was years ago, but I also decided all basically every one of us, I think it was like 7 or 8 of us playing, and every one of us submitted a character bio like in a Discord chat so we could all see each other's like bios and like read about it. And I drew everybody's character so everybody also had like a visual reference for
Oh,
their thing, which was so much fun. Like I definitely would.
you're so sweet.
It was fun, but I like doing stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, and that was before I was doing like full time art, so I was kind of looking for any excuse to like draw something, and the drawings came out really good. It was really fun. Like I would totally like to do that again. One of our patrons is running Dungeons and Dragons right now. I think with some of the other Cold Cuts patrons. I don't know how far along they
Oh,
are.
wait, y'all have like the sweetest little Discord. Like everyone is like so inviting and so involved.
Oh,
Like I
dude.
absolutely love it.
Thank you. I actually saw that when we were on the like when I just added you as a friend on Discord, but I saw that we're are you in the Cold Cuts server as well?
Oh, yeah, y'all promoted it. I'm like, I gotta support the boys.
Oh,
So
dude,
I
that's
like just like
amazing.
I just gave I'm like, yeah, Patreon, there you go, sure. I
It's
gotta support.
Yeah, that's awesome. What just happened? Dude, I love you for that. And yeah, I should plug also that we do have I have the Patreon, which I'd love for if you guys are in chat. This is the link to that Patreon if you would like to support me, be
Ooh, what a
part of like a
smooth
very
plug.
very fresh community. You can join. You get a ton. I mean, I really am not overselling it. Yeah, I think you get a ton of material. Like you get a lot of bonus content and early access to a lot of stuff. And then I also have a Discord that is just for this, just for these here, for the art streams. If you want to share your art, because I also talk about at like art projects that I'm working on in there too on the Beetle Moses Discord if you'd like to join that as well. But yeah, there's a Minecraft server with the Cold Cuts Patreon that you immediately get access to, and we've been playing in that a lot, which I mentioned earlier in stream, which you should also play with us, Jasmine. That'd be sick.
You guys are sick. And I'm sorry, I'm like actively packing my D&D backpack as we're talking
That's
right
okay.
now.
Why don't I let you go? This will
No,
this.
wait, no, I'm not done yet.
Are you sure?
Lord,
I mean, I'm gonna have you back on.
yes,
This was a great time. Like, I
I
think we're definitely
know.
gonna do it again.
I just want to thank chat for hanging out. That's all. I don't
Yeah,
want to
you're
leave like
right.
abruptly, but thank you for like having me on. It's been super fun. And like I said, like I love your work. I think what you do is like amazing. And the
Thank
positivity
you.
you bring to like the space, like it's like super amazing. And you're like a super genuine
Stop.
person,
Stop.
which I appreciate.
Thank you.
And again, like it's just great and it's awesome.
Uh,
And yeah, your chat's like phenomenal.
Dude, the feeling is completely mutual. I absolutely adore your work. This was so much fun having you on. I mean, I already knew that you were going to be a cool guest, but it's kind of crazy to think that you and I have not actually like spoken on the phone before this. Like I've just only interacted with you through yours or my Twitch streams, basically. So it was just so good to have you on, and keep doing exactly what you're doing, and then let's just do this again very soon. I'm gonna upload also this VOD. I've been recording this. I'm gonna put this up on my Beetle Moses YouTube channel there, so anybody who like joined in a little bit on like the latter half of this can come watch the whole thing, because I think we had a really good conversation about just like art in general, like the process and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Um,
it was so much fun.
this was so
And I got
much
to talk
fun.
about my D&D character for a second and how I like to just be evil
I love
in my
that.
campaign.
I cannot
I
wait
love
to
it.
hear how that D&D campaign is going to. We gotta just do one. Maybe that's what would be the next big project for like the Cold Cuts thing, is to run like a Cold Cuts D&D
I can't even
campaign.
imagine what that would be
That would
like.
be
That sounds
so
amazing.
absurd. It would be really funny though. It actually makes me think. Sorry, I want to let you go, but it makes me think like How many
No, you're
people?
fine.
How many people can you like? Do you cap out on and like a
I
dungeon?
normally, personally, if I'm DMing, I don't like to go above 6 people because four is
Yeah,
like the classic optimal number, and then I think like six. I think six is manageable. I think you
yeah,
can like, especially if like people like miss or don't like. It's easy with 4 people. It's hard if someone misses. Like it's manageable, but six someone misses not a big deal. But I feel like it's not too hard. Like
yes.
I like six.
I think six is about the right number. Yeah, I mean, it makes me wonder like, what the hell would a D&D campaign look like with like 20 people? But also just
Oh,
that
that
like
not unmanageable. I'm gonna
literally
stop you right
unmanageable,
there.
but also
Unmanageable.
that you would probably just be like losing people left and right. Like people would just be
Just role play in
dying off and
Minecraft at that point. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
literally
no,
like how the hell
if
are
you
you
have no.
That's so good. Anyway, have fun at your D&D. This was so much fun. I really do appreciate you coming on, and let's just do this again real soon.
Yeah, bye you guys. Thanks for having me on. Bye,
Take
chat.
care.
Goodbye.
Bye bye. All
Bye,
right.
everybody. Goodbye.
Stop
Bye.
spamming here. Okay.